Thanks for coming. Mummy's Mask, run by Gods and Monsters. We've returned with the Sand Scarabs, finding themselves looking for the next clue. You all gathered in the hidden obelisk set in the center of the city. I assume you all have walked down the steps, lit your own torches or light sources to give yourself light, and are kind of stacked down the steps into this low platform that would otherwise lead into a cave.
Yes.
I think you might want to lead off, Malka.
I do. I'll say Hassan, your character's not meditating right now, right? So I'm gonna need your help if we're gonna be to do the mirror trick again we did last time. And
I'll nod.
Set my backpack down and pull out the silver mirror with the demons around it.
Okay.
And the
I'll
imps.
move over and start creating water upon its surface and creating a shallow basin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wipe the dust away and lay it down flat, and then kind of start setting some things around it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need the name.
Serethet, or Serethet, however you say it. I'll say, what happens if there's more than one
I'll be giving you guys
Serethet?
Okay.
How do we know we're getting the right one?
Just Serethet.
I imagine him. I don't know.
Magic
I don't know
has
how
a
it works.
divination often has a funny way of working its way out.
Yeah, it takes an hour to cast.
It'll either work or it won't.
So, I guess at the bottom sandstone that otherwise go in the cave, I assume you're going to go into the process of casting this lengthy scrying spell.
Yep.
Okay. It seems as if you start scrolling runes that you haven't seen before in a language y'all haven't read before.
I'm just gonna check our six, so to speak, patrol the area.
Okay, which area are you more worried about, the staircase or the cave?
The cave.
Okay. Alright. With your dark vision, you can see down the tunnel a bit farther than the rest of the group. The three of you, what do you plan to do?
Assist him with the ritual, creating water as needed.
Okay.
I'm going to assist him guarding the cave.
Okay. And you stayed.
Standing watch over those two, kind of mesmerized by what they're doing. This is the first time I've seen divination magic.
And as you all look, the now cat-looking owl is just sitting on the steps. He seems to be peering down at a blade in his hand. He rolls his wrist one way and then the other.
Is he up the steps to the pillar and the surface?
No, just low enough that he's at eyesight for the group, kind of looking into the tunnel, but otherwise sitting on the steps. Can the two of you, looking down the cave, give me perception tests?
What's the matter?
How did he not have his dice right?
Damn.
He's doing the suspense thing.
Fuck is suspense?
Oh, look at 12. He got 34 or some
No, it's
shit.
probably like fucking 48 or some shit like that.
I should mark scrying off. Unless you don't
39.
want me to.
Close enough. I got a 20.
A 20?
39.
39. Okay. Make sure that's right as dangerous as I want it to be, real quick.
How in depth do you look? I mean, are you quiet? Are your eyes closed? Are you moving around? Like, is it
Oh
meditation?
no,
or
I
is
probably had to set some stuff around it, and I'm probably praying out loud, but my eyes are probably closed up, and my hands up around it, and Hassan's pouring the water into the mirror.
I'm waving my hands like this hand's conjuring water, and then I'll bring this one in and it'll start conjuring water. Just casually swap between the two.
Okay, so this 18 by 12 inch mirror with imps that seem to be crafted into it. Almost some of them looking up at you, the viewer, and others peering down in the mirror, looking at the reflection of yourself. You've set pools inside the mirror that make the water reflect. You set a number of. I'm sure you're using ancient Osirian
Yeah.
to mark around the mirror.
Yeah.
Try to set it as your focus
Right.
through your spell. Now, if I understand correctly, there's going to be a will save.
There is, but there is a chart and that she's gonna get a positive or negative 2 depending on.
How well you know her?
Yeah. So, if I didn't know her, it'd be plus 10. Second hand, I've heard of the subject, plus 5. First hand, you've met the subject, plus 0. Familiar, negative 5, and then so on.
Okay.
So
That being said, I don't know how you want to do that. I guess that's up to you, because it's your will save.
Okay. So, what number would I be going against currently?
You are going to be going against, I think it's going to be 19. 18. If the spell fails, I can still see around the subject and hear around the subject for approximately up to 10 feet in all directions of the subject. And if the subject moves, then the sensor follows her up to 150 feet.
Even if you fail.
Even if I fail. If she basically... If the save... Let's see.
So what's the benefit of her resisting?
Yeah.
Because you can cast, you can normally cast spells and shit through it, like Detect Evil, Detect Magic through Scrying.
Oh.
And I think if she fails, you can still see it and hear around her, but you can't.
Yeah, I can't see her or anything.
You can see and hear the subject. It's a save
It says
fail.
if this save fails.
Yeah, it's a save fails. Okay.
Weird.
Fail the
Okay.
save.
Shit. All right.
Hold on.
It's kind of confusing.
No, if the save fails, that means if that's what happens if I fail my will save.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. If I pass the first will save, the
It
spell
doesn't
just
matter.
fails.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wow, that's a
Yeah,
really
me
good-
too, the way he was saying
I
it.
thought that's the way it was.
Okay.
My fault.
No. Hey, that'd be
Oh,
fantastic.
shit. Yeah, that'd be retarded.
The two of you are looking down the tunnel. It's silent. You've traveled down its distant twists and turns through underneath the old city and possibly into an older estate and then even deeper into the dark lands. That's what you're listening for. The slightest sound of a far distant foe. It's difficult to muffle out the two of them. Even at a few times, there's like a rock on metal sound, and you notice that Al seems to be sharpening some of his arrows. As you finally get the spell, set it, you peer through the mirror. First, you see just open sand, desert, and you maybe a lake. And then you notice that it's actually, give me a geography.
Can I take a 10?
Sure.
22.
22. This is an upward angled view down on a continent. You see Osiria. That lake is an ocean. You peer down and you can see heat rising over a distant like crack of the Sphinx River reaching down. And then it's nothing again and you see your own reflection.
Holy shit. Do I know? Have I seen the creek that it was looking down on before?
That was the Sphinx River. It runs miles and miles across the
So it's
entire
just placed-
continent.
Oh wow.
Is that displaying to all of us on a mirror, or does only he see
I
it?
guess he would. I don't know. How
It- I believe that it probably appears on the mirror. You probably glance down again. You see his reflection through the mirror and the water, then this. And you can give me a geography. Were you standing close as well?
Yeah, I was just like
You
watching.
give me a geography as
I
well.
don't have geography.
Okay.
I got that local.
It's vast. I mean, it's beautiful. It's expensive. You can see, again, there was like only the rim of lush mountains and such to the south before it disappeared.
Like frown.
Say, that's interesting.
What does it mean?
It could be upon something or atop something. So,
That-
but what would be that high?
I like front. You don't think it failed, do you? I mean, it wouldn't have done anything if it didn't work. Right?
Is that the view you get when you're a bird? You can fly.
I like smile. I'll say yeah. I had that thought as well, but I didn't want to jump to any conclusions.
No, I just mean it was wondrous. I'd probably be a bird all the time if I could.
Interesting. It's not very helpful.
Yeah, I like fold my arms and frown.
I like try to wipe off the mirror so I can put it away.
Okay.
Does that at least mean we know in the right part of the world?
I would imagine.
I like frown and scratch my chin. What were we looking at?
See, it looked like the Sphinx River. It's like an above view of Assyria.
Really? Like, oh,
See, in a rim of mountains before it faded.
I just remember seeing the heat. Knew it had to be the right place.
Yes.
the angle was. Would I think it would be too high to be up on a mountain, or would that be like a view from a mountain range, or like a bird's eye
It'd be
view?
higher than a mountain.
Okay. I can't even imagine what would be up so high to give us that kind of view, unless maybe she can shapeshift as well.
It's always a possibility. Or they have more of those creatures, maybe.
Hold on.
The Sphinx.
Why not?
Still, that doesn't really give us a lot to go on.
You can hear them talking behind you.
I'll move back over there when they start talking.
So you've done this before, Malaga.
I understand they're not
Yeah,
speaking
this
like
is how we
magic
found
language.
you.
Yeah. No, it
What did
takes
that
a
look
moment to understand that they're not just
You look
gibbering
exactly
like
like
they
what
were
you looked like
the
when we
last
found
hour.
you.
He'll walk
Or
away.
when
I'll wait
You were
a
sleeping in
moment,
the darklands.
like continuing just to
Stay
like
under
make sure that
infiltrate.
like, because I know he can hear shit that I can't, but
Could hear the
just for self
energy
reassurance,
of
just looking down the
Give me
ride
TV
perception.
behind you.
So you saw right where I was.
at 2030.
You look down the tunnel. You don't think anything's coming.
I don't hear anything either.
Silent.
Okay. That note, feeling reassured, I'll follow. Mo's probably like all the way over there by now, and I'll just go over there.
He has a stern dwarven pace. But it's
Follow
not
my-
far to go.
I'll head by him.
Several
He's close
strides, the two of you.
So you lot find anything over here?
So, not what we wanted. So you seem to be a topside view of Assyria. See the heat coming off the desert. Saying the Sphinx River as well.
It was far too high to be from any mountains I could think of.
Had to be from a, like Stade said, a bird's eye view maybe.
So what? She was flying?
Say, or those creatures you were talking about, the sphinxes.
It's possible.
Say whatever it
Depends
is.
on how high it was.
It's good defense against the scry.
Mm.
Can't pinpoint where you are in there.
Seemed incredibly high. I couldn't even tell what we were looking at until he told us.
So now what do we do?
So go with our original plan, I assume.
So, well, we have a go to Sothis.
Right.
So, or we could try to find this tomb, this riddle where she possibly went.
Scratch.
Say, or we could try to get the Viper to look for.
Or we can trust the scry. If you saw me where I was last time, then that means she's up there.
How much were those oils you had to use in the ritual?
I say the only expensive thing about the ritual is the fact that you have, or the mirror, and the fact that you have to be able to cast the water on it.
Oh,
So the
sorry,
mirror
I
was
thought
quite a pretty penny itself. The oils are normal.
like none. Nothing stopping us from trying another day.
So with that being said, I'm sure there's other people that might be able to be stronger at it, but it helps if you know the person or are familiar with them. Say, I'd known you for how long now? I say it was easy to locate you. Say I don't know this woman.
Well, maybe if we went to Salthus, we'd be able to find out more about her. Might make the scrying easier.
Say if we had a piece of something of hers, that would help a lot.
I'll, like, nod.
She was a priest. Maybe she left something behind.
A journal, even a rumor from someone at her church would help at this point.
You need a scrap of clothing or something.
Say anything like that. Yes. Like
Hair, maybe.
Yes.
It's worth
Say
a shot.
something to familiarize yourself with them. Say it helps with the locations. So I've
I
heard.
want to look at Al.
Mm-hmm.
Say
What's he doing?
quite
He's sitting on
new.
the steps looking in all of your direction. He's stuffing a few arrows back into a quiver.
See, these
He
are
catches your eyes when you look at him.
these are just things I've read in books. I'm new to the scrying myself. Say Stade was the first one I scried. So
Quite
I'm
interesting.
still grateful for it.
it was worth a shot. And we found you. So. See, but anyways,
So what do you want to do?
It sounds to me like we can either go on a hunch to find even more valuables in ancient Osirian
what's the
history,
rush to go to
or
Sothis? I mean, to get back to the energy that's blasting around everywhere.
Look, a lot of my readings while you all are taking your naps has led me back to this tomb of Chisisek or whatever his name is.
You don't have to
An
convince,
architect.
You don't have to exactly convince me to walk through the desert.
See, there's
That's
riddles
so-
leading to it. There's all sorts.
Sounds interesting.
And look, who says we have to walk? I fiddle around on my belt, pull out a potion. So you're talking about the expensive rituals. This potion was quite under 1,000 gold, but I assume it would let me fly like we did in the tilted pyramid.
For how long though?
I'm not sure. Long enough, hopefully. How high can you fly as a bird?
I say, high enough.
I think at that point it's less about how high you can fly and how you're going to get down. Like, smile.
See, even if we do have to walk, there's spells to help with that too.
I did finish translating those journals, by the way. Unfortunately, nothing too important.
See, unfortunately,
I knew it.
not everyone will be
They had no
fly
clue how to
with
get
us.
in there.
The only
Leave them.
At least some of us could come check it out. Or
Yeah.
They only spoke about their perception of how the pyramid got there. Apparently it crashed at some point.
Look, while we're here, maybe it wouldn't hurt just to have the Viper to maybe take a look. What do you think?
Fine with that.
I'm fine with that too.
We're gonna have to pay him.
it's fine, money well
Yeah.
spent.
Of course.
Maybe he'll give us a discount for
Repeated service.
exactly.
He was quite good at scrying all of us.
I still don't. Something about him just doesn't sit well with me.
I mean, the fact that he could be watching you right now.
Like, look over at Al for
I
a
wonder if this
second.
Viper specializes in this.
Al's sitting there, and again, when anyone looks at him, he like looks up at them, catches your eyes,
Al, what do you think? What do you want to do?
frowns,
I don't know what he wants to do.
he smiles. He says, "Could head to Salthus." He smiles. Luminafra, find some. Never been to the big city.
Oh, I'm sure you'll fit right in.
Maybe I will.
You are more interesting now.
He like smiles. He'll stand up from the steps. But I'm interested in making some money.
Well, we knew that.
So we probably would find some stuff there. Even if she wasn't there.
Wasn't she heading there?
We don't know.
We could also stop by Wadi on the way back just to see how things are going there.
What? Way back from where?
Sorry, on the way to Salthus.
You don't even know where you are, do you, boy?
Isn't Wadi along the way?
No.
I believe it's to our south and across the river.
So I
But I'm a foreigner too, so
No, you're right.
Isn't salt?
That's the sad part.
I like scratch my fake beard nub.
River goddess.
We have a few
You
maps.
don't even know where you are.
I just go where the river takes me.
The river will take you to Sothis.
I've done the same with some bodies before.
I'll just frown.
Oh.
That's pleasant.
Sad part
What?
is, I'm sure you're being truthful.
The river will move the bodies away from the city.
Murdering people.
No,
Can I sense motive? him?
self-defense.
Can you just sense motive him
Sure.
when he says that? Ah, 2. 16.
He seemed to be pretty honest with you before when he threatened you.
That's all you can ask for is an honest threat.
Just, I just frown at that.
Since the gators would deal with him. Crocodiles?
So
Yeah.
that's like,
Crocodiles. Crocs.
so that's a tough decision.
God.
Well, we're gonna see if we can get a hold of the Viper.
There's one more option. I think it's easier for me now to converse with some of these psychopomps. I could try to summon Cassine. He might just squawk around and flap and tell us we're in danger and we're about to die like he always did, but he
Who's
might.
Cassine?
An old friend.
Cal says, what's he gonna know?
I don't know. More than us.
No one knows more than us. More than Mo knows.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, the people
I'll shake
trying to
my
kill
hand,
us might.
yes.
What?
I said the people trying to kill us might.
I
Can
don't
you
even-
stride them?
Nah.
I suppose you could. See, but we don't know any of them.
Which ones? The blue feathers, the gold mask, or the silver chain?
We don't
Any
even
of them? He
See, we don't
shrugs.
even have their names either. At least we have her names.
See, we have met that one woman before that was in the necropolis. Saw her at the inn too. She's the one that took Al's bow.
Is that enough
We
to
know
go
her better
off
than
of?
this Sirka. Says it all.
Yeah, what if she still has the bow?
Oh yeah, doesn't she have your bow?
He frowns. Yeah.
That doesn't help, does it?
No.
What? Can't you scry the bow?
Yeah, locate the object or something maybe.
Can't do that. Scrying only works on people, I believe.
And I'm guessing he can't do it.
You don't remember the face of the bitch that took your own bow?
No, I was on the floor, remember?
In his defense, she did have a mask on.
I was running for my life, so no, sorry. But then the mask then.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I'll say.
We don't even know her name.
I feel like we're
Viper
wasting
might have.
time.
The Viper could have a good chance. And then we can decide on the way to the Viper what we want to do.
Let's just head to the Viper then.
I think we should just keep moving either way. Seems like the Viper is our next destination.
With that being said, I'm gonna head out to the inn. Start going up the stairs.
We will follow.
Y'all have decided. The decisions been made.
That we are going to take the Viper hostage.
Bring the Viper with.
That's all good.
Make him an offer. You can't refuse.
Trade him 2 level 6s.
You do this today on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah. Okay. I assume by using tens, you will guide yourself through the city that you have been in for weeks and weeks and weeks. That
Yes.
feels like. But it's only been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It has been like 10 weeks.
A little
Yes.
staycation.
Fun.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're getting assassinated.
So, you go through the same streets as before, same merchants, same bridges, same river. Again, find yourself back in the new city. You are in of the desert wind. Perceptions as you all scour.
About E9.
19.
That one.
What did you get?
Starting strong. 20.
Okay, going around the clock one more time.
39.
19.
20.
25.
So the four of you spot a similar looking figure obviously Teldane, but wrapped in almost Ketapeshian clothing, red wrapped across his head, carrying a chest at his waist and a tunic that hides full blade underneath. He's sitting at a table talking, and you see him like turn and look in your direction slyly, and then a smile crosses across his face, and he leans back and taps the table. A elderly man gets up and moves past to go out the door. Gray of hair.
We go out the door, and the guy sitting at the table is the Viper.
Yes. Before you spot the Viper, he would fit in a lot better if you hadn't seen him over the last week several times.
Say perfect timing. I'll like approach him while there's an opening.
He looks.
He's here.
You don't see him over there.
Like
Do you all flood that way, or just one of you?
I don't.
I'll go sit at the bar.
Okay.
I'll just join Malakath.
I'm
Okay.
back by the door.
Guard the door. And you, Hakeem?
I see 3 different people going 3 different directions. I'm like,
It's like our home away from home, man.
yeah, it is. I guess I'll sit at the bar. I'll sit at the bar too.
Okay. Give me a perception. The 3 of you find yourselves at the bar. The service is quick. Pomegranate mead. Or pomegranate wine is produced for you.
I simply
yeah.
ask for water instead.
The joyful looking woman says, sure, and removes the tinker that she had given for you. You drink, priest?
Yeah, I'll drink wine.
Okay. You slyly move over to the table. He looks at you and says, take a seat. He smiles.
I'll sit down. Like, pet Lucky.
Yes. Moves up the table, puts his head and starts sniffing to see what's there, if there's anything edible.
Beautiful.
What'd you get on your perception?
A meager 9.
You glance around. Everyone has shifted off. When the pocket separated, your Raksasha friend has disappeared out of your sight. You can check behind you one more time. He's not there either. He looks at you. He says, business or pleasure?
Business.
He nods. He says, looking for someone?
Say, some priest. Say I got her name.
Only a name.
A name.
No trinkets.
No trinket. Say, but think she might be connected to that person you met on the Sphinx the other day.
He like frowns for a second.
Is it easier for you if you've met him?
He like frowns for a second. It says, yes.
I don't know whether to do it on her or just take my chances with the person on the Sphinx.
Cost the same?
Oh yeah, how much was that again?
He smiles. He says, for a friend, 160 gold.
Can you just do a clean 150? Repeat service.
Sure. He smiles. He says, but if any of this comes back on me,
Hold on. Say, well, I found you.
I must maybe find a better place. You have the coin. It's going to take me some time.
Yeah, I'll hand him like 10 platinum and 50 gold.
Okay, we'll take it. Very smoothly slides the coins into the chest without opening it.
Wait, without opening.
They seem to disappear into the lid.
That's weird.
What appropriate?
You'll
I
be
like it.
here.
Yeah.
He stands up and puts out a gloved hand to shake it.
I'll shake his hand.
You shake your hand, and then turn and start walking down one of the aisles. Who like catch eyes with you?
Just nod slowly.
It's it's not that it's uncommon to see more Teldanes here. It's just interesting to see how many of them are currently like acting of some position of power. I guess the two of you looking at eye to eye, and then he'll move out the door.
I'm gonna try to wave to get Stade's attention over there.
Okay, I'm sure you're following the Viper with your eyes.
Yeah.
And when the Viper turns, I'm sure you look at him. And
I seem a bit distant as I'm smiling and thinking of home, but then I look and
I like wave you over. I'm like sitting at a table by myself and looking at this point. I'm sure it's
his jowls slaps the cup that was there that the Viper was licking, starts licking the contents as it tips over.
So you cleaning it for him, boy?
Finally grabs the tankard and tries to pull it off the table.
I'll let him. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he's big enough.
so I was gonna tell him.
You move over in his direction.
Who's taking it?
Y'all three can give me perceptions.
So how much did that set us back?
Well, it set me back about 150.
It's not bad.
Say, look. Let me ask you a question. We need to talk. You see now?
No, not since we got in the bar.
I'll like look around. Perception for
16.
17.
I swear we were set this when
17.
we walked in, and then everyone kind of
38. Perception for
1738.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. It is.
Jeez, man. ruining
Up,
everything.
down, up.
Sorry,
down.
I got a plus
He's
13.
not extra planar, is he? Are rock slash extra planar?
Whew, okay,
I think so.
did my math right. I almost messed my math up real bad.
It might be extra planar.
Are rock slash extra planar? Because it would make my
No
perception.
one really knows those questions.
It'd be 40 if he is.
Because, I mean, technically Azamar and Tieflings aren't humanoids. There's something
They're
else.
out. They're native outsiders. Don't
Right. Rock Sasha's probably a native outsider.
You're outsider.
outsider. Okay.
Boom, 40.
Does that make them... That's not extra planar.
Oh, never mind then. Whoops.
I had extra planar.
Sorry, what'd you
outsider.
get then at that point?
38.
38. You see Al, he seems to be sitting between two women that are kind of giving like frustrated glances back and forth to each other, and he seems to be talking to them. His hands placed across their shoulders but backwards, allowing his thumb to roll across their back.
So he's occupied a decent distance away.
Across maybe 3 or 4 tables.
Okay. I like lean in to Sade.
What'd you get on your perceptions?
What are we gonna do
16.
17, both of us.
What do you mean?
The 3 of you will see the 2 of
Yeah,
them
we gotta get
and
rid of
Lucky
them.
dragging a tankard off a table as you glance back off the bar. It seems as if the
I don't
Viper
think
is
we're in
left.
any danger, but he
I like smile.
puts our companions and maybe anyone else around us at
That's a smart dog.
certain risk.
Danny.
See its like heads jammed at the end of the tankard and the tongue is just...
I think they can be. This one might just have a silver tongue. He'll believe anything he says.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I think he brings balance.
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
chaos and maybe a bit of evil to the law and holiness that some of the other of us seem to prance around with.
Say well. I'll tolerate him for now then. As soon as he steps out of line, you gotta make some decisions.
I have to make the decision.
Yeah, as to whose side you're gonna be on.
This is rough, Mo. We're gonna have this conversation about everyone.
There's
What do
a
you mean?
spray of confetti
Not everyone's turned
It's
into a damn
completely
rock
silent.
Sasha.
that appears
And
over the
threatened our
one of the tables.
apprentices.
As y'all glance back, you'll see confetti.
Spellcraft?
Look at it.
You can spell crap.
Yeah, that's what I it.
Basically, in one side of the bar, there's just a burst of confetti.
Oh my god.
Oh my
it makes
god.
no sound.
That was the day.
Spellcrafts.
I don't know. Yeah,
No-
what-
no way
okay,
in
you
hell.
go ahead.
I'm like enthralled in the conversation. I'm not gonna spell crap.
Sure,
I just perception instead.
I think.
sure.
Look at
David?
a
Perception. Oh god. Oh god. 27.
You tap and look wide-eyed, glancing in the direction. There seems to be a cloud of confetti blocking a laughing-looking catfolk. You know it's Al. And there's 2 women that are like, they seem to be smiling at this point, like pointing and like grabbing out the confetti.
He has his way.
It's
With,
completely silent though.
he has his way with the women. I'll tell him that.
I just
So that's gonna make us good then, and we're in the right.
What do you mean?
Just to take him out. before
No,
he
not.
gets to-
What do you mean? Take him
Then
out?
what do you want me to do? Should we paralyze him? Hold
No,
person?
I mean kick him out of the group. Not take him out. What are you talking about?
Look,
I like try to like realize I'm like raising my voice and like
there's like 3 or 4 people that are like crouched.
because I'm like
as
leaned
you're
into him. So.
deeply speaking.
Yeah.
I think kicking them out of the group or trying to take his life would result in similar responses from Al. He's probably just going to try to blast a hole in both of us. You know he wants the mask.
We can prepare for such a thing.
Damn, you can't even detect magic around him hardly without him shooting a few off. You think he's going to allow us to protect ourselves from energy and fire, lightning, or whatever it is he emits?
Not worried about Al like that.
I thought that's what we were talking about. That's why I'm worried about it.
I'm not worried about him killing me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure, of course not. I could bring you back. I don't think I could bring myself back. I'm not that strong.
Not just because you can bring me back.
Where is Al? Can I like look around? Like,
Give me a perception.
expect he's right behind me, isn't he? It's 15.
You glance back. This time you find him. There seems to be colorful shreds of paper that speckled over a number of tables, and some people look a bit frustrated as they're like flicking it off themselves. But you can see Al like laughing and sitting between 2 Osirian-looking women that seem to be sharing in his joy.
See,
It's like a few small stacks of gold on the table.
He's
Once I
predictable.
see him looking in that way, I'll be like, "Oh, where are you? You can't hear us."
He can. I'll just point to my head. He doesn't need to hear us.
It doesn't work on me. Has it got in your mind?
Apparently he has. He's wormed his way in there even if he's not in there.
Look, just keep your eyes peeled.
And my mind shut.
Just try being a little bit more stubborn. Well, you're plenty stubborn. I don't think so.
Good. Sounds
You'll be
balanced.
fine. Dog battle.
The 3 of you at the bar. A bartender walks down. Can I get you anything else?
So now, how much I owe you?
I'll nod.
Looks. 2 pence each.
Much of a pin.
He'll take that.
Fuck it, I'll just give him a gold
Say
too.
thank you.
He'll look.
First of
Hey, you.
water.
How much is a pin?
Is that what you say to him?
Yeah.
He like frowns at you. Just, like looks awkwardly. He says, "You don't have to pay, priest."
Smile. Wadjet bless you.
Like looks at the 2 coin that both of you gave him wide-eyed.
I just didn't know if that was like 2 copper, 2 silver. Free drink is how much it is.
Works every time. What's money?
The ignorant routine.
This isn't free.
How much are pins?
6 pence none the wiser.
A bit of time will pass. What do the 5 of you do?
I'm just waiting patiently at the table. At this point, I will flag down like a server. and-
Ordered a drink or 2.
Yeah, pomegranate wine.
I'll raise my
Some
hand.
food, I assume.
Yeah, meat.
No details, some more drawings up at the bar.
The meat of the day.
Okay.
Fill my own flask with my own water.
Sure.
That sounds so wrong.
How long does this take?
I'm
How long did it take?
just keeping
Malika?
my eye on Al.
Okay. Seems to be enjoying himself
Couple more
at the
drinks.
leisure of 2 women that seem than just have met. Very excitable with Al.
They look young.
They are very young.
Yeah, figure.
Is the table we're sitting at a 4-chair table or just a 2?
You can slide probably 6 or 7 people here.
Okay, cool. I'll slide an empty chair over if there isn't one for the Viper when he comes back.
Okay.
Anticipation.
Grab a chair.
So do you think we'll be going by boat to Saltus?
It's
I hope not.
Why not?
See, I'd much rather take the dunes myself.
That's suicide.
No, we'll be fine.
he's at home in the dunes. If you haven't noticed,
I, like, shake my
I
head.
say, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did take both.
The river is the lifeblood of Assyrian. Like, smile.
Say the river is a good means of transportation, yes.
How long do you think this is gonna take? I like look around.
Say
Do you think he's even
about
here
an
yet?
hour.
don't rush him. Just be patient.
Say, I'm pretty sure he already left.
You mean
He
like,
was here when we got here.
I didn't see him.
Well, I know, just like you did the first time.
Just shake my head.
You're not gonna see him. Just stop worrying. He'll be back.
That is one of the things he's good at.
I mean, he disappeared right in front of us in a room we were in.
It's because he turned into a snake.
Only after you looked down the hallway to see where he went.
Well, you can't tell me you were expecting him to turn into a snake.
Didn't expect it, but
The only person I expect that from is sitting right here.
well, you should kind of always expect the unexpected anyway. Never know what we might run into.
After a long silence from State, I'll take a drink and say, so would you take his title too?
What?
Would he still be a scarab if you kicked him out?
Does it even matter?
No, we could come ask him for help, or we could ask him later. Or we just cut ties.
Sure, you can keep his scarab.
I'll shrug. Just wondering. I have your back no matter what. Just
Look, I'm just saying. I mean, you heard what Hassan said. I know a little bit about Rakshasas. I know they're all evil, trickery-based creatures.
to be honest, I don't think he was that different than when we first met.
Is that a good thing?
Oh.
No, it's just I think maybe he's not evil now that he's a Rakshasa.
I like
He's
waved down the bartender.
a
just
Rakshasa
second
because
thought.
he was once evil, maybe.
Say, actually, do you have any food?
We're not.
Listen, Hassan's detected evil woman before and didn't say anything. I've been there, I've seen it.
I can detect magic, and that mask doesn't glow. Sometimes trusted magic isn't the best thing to do.
That's because
We don't think alignments could possibly be hidden the same way. Or neutralized, if it were.
it'd probably be hidden, but you're saying Al can do that.
You can do a lot of things. You can vanish from sight, and
Like, go back
Make a
to
mess?
detailing my
See, why would it
drawings.
be hidden once and not again?
I'm not sure. That mask blinded me once, and I checked again, and it's nothing.
Look, that's because I put it on.
True. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying the whole.
What are you doing, Lily?
It doesn't matter what he does, I guess, as long as he leaves me alone. We're
It does
okay.
matter what it does. He's talking about sending bodies down the river. When the hell was he sending bodies down the river? So like have like a puzzled look on my face,
I don't know. I don't
like
know.
concerned look.
Can we pay? Alright, we're gonna pay.
People next to them.
Pictures are getting bad over here. We're starting to get a little
Don't
mad.
look at them, please.
Sand
Look,
Scarab.
I had thoughts like this too, especially when he first came back with all the scars and contracts written on his chest. We should have just killed him then.
I'm not talking about killing him.
Well, I am. I think that's the only
They have to
option.
look around to see them arguing.
Check.
I'm
Check.
not looking around. I'm not looking around the bar.
Because worshiping
Can I see
the
them
god of
arguing
death
over
make
there,
you
too?
obsessed with
I
death.
think you were probably looking around more than you were looking
No, it just
forward at the
made
bar
me-
at this
yeah.
point. You can see
It's
that
just
they're
a bit
talking
more of an understandable
um,
solution.
excitedly.
And I
As
don't
you look
anymore. I left
over,
that knife
you
behind.
see Al
Like, we
look
can
back at
prove that he
you
did
with
something.
his
like,
hand
killed
thumb
somebody.
going out this way. Says
Why are you
like
bringing the law into it again?
Of
I'm
course.
tired
What's
of
it
mortal
mean?
Yeah.
laws.
a
Mortal
clawed
laws are what
firm
we have to
finger.
live with.
Like,
I like
Saying on
bump.
our way to
I like
soft.
bump Hassan and said, "I'll
If
be
he
right
doesn't
back."
make it, no one will be the
I'll
wiser.
nod.
I walk over to
Who's gonna
Al.
question us at this point? Half of the people are scared of us, and the
I
rest
want
are
to stop
heroes.
this.
I don't know what we're doing. I still think we should ask Cassine. At least he's closer to her. The answer would be more.
Summon him then. What does it hurt? Does it
Well-
make you fall asleep or something when you summon him?
No. It's just I don't know if it'll work. And if he's busy, maybe he's at, has a higher task.
We're in the same spot we're in right now.
I'd like to think he'd come back on his own.
As you get up and move towards Al, you see him point with one of his fingers at one of the women, and then winks at you.
The cat face.
Yes.
Better get off the nip.
When you start walking over, he'll stand up and raise 2 drinks. He says, "This is my friend Akeem," and smile. Hands out the tankard to you. He'll lean forward. Do you take the tankard?
I'll take it.
Okay, you take it, and then he'll go to grasp you to hug at you.
Tough hug at me.
Yeah, he's just hug at you.
catch arrows.
Do you make it awkward when he reaches for you? He like throws an arm around your waist and goes to like hug into you.
This is weird, but sure,
It's uncomfortable?
I'll just
Okay.
do it.
He'll like lean up to your ear. He says, "You can have the dung beetle."
What?
And then leans back and then points over. Give me a perception.
The grenade.
19.
19. You look from a distance and past the confetti and maybe a little bit of the smoke of hookahs in the bar. From a distance, this girl did look pretty attractive, but now closer, what you thought was probably between 19 and 20 is more like 35 to 40. Worn hard skin.
Mm.
He leans back and smiles and like nods his head excitedly, and then moves his mug to hit yours.
Look, I'm not really looking for anything like that, Al.
He like looks back.
Right there.
He says, "Yeah, my friend Akeem," and points. And the girl looks at you excitedly and pats the seat beside her. She says, "Sit down."
Well, fuck you till you
Very
die.
well. I'll sit down. I'll sit down next to her.
Once you get close, she'll reach in and like grab at you to like make sure you sit, and then hold kind of onto you and like look into your eyes. Smiles.
I just look back. awkward.
Akeem, that sounds foreign.
Yeah, I'm not from here.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Nex.
Oh, is that far?
Yeah, well, I'm from there, and I lived in John Moray most of my life, an island.
Oh, you lived on an island? She smiles. She says, "Well, I've been in the city all my life. It's not much of a reader, though, or one for the church." She smiles.
Well,
God. Nasty girl.
You a dirty girl. You dirty.
I can
Al-
understand that.
Al stands up over her and says, he winks and then pulls at the arm of the other girl. And they seem to move from the table.
Mm.
The woman, again, holds on your arms and looks.
So, what were you and my friend talking about over here? Notice him doing things, magic things, I guess.
Yes, he could do magic. Can you do magic?
Unfortunately, no.
No. Well, so you're a Sand Scarab.
More like an initiate.
Oh, is that
Prospect.
important?
More a recruit, more to say.
Oh, so you're not a Sand Scarab.
Not yet.
Oh, that's fine. She'll like put one hand under your hand and then put her other hand over your hand.
Okay.
She smiles at you. So,
what did he say about me?
says that you were looking for a good time.
That's what he said about me.
She smiles. He said you liked the party.
Yeah.
That could do it.
So,
Just start laughing.
when you can't
That
say in
is-
character.
No, I did laugh at that.
Okay,
I'm
you
like,
laughed.
that is so far from the truth. I'm a monk, actually.
Oh. And that means you're a holy man. Well, I work with lots of holy men. She like runs her hand down your arm.
That's the worst.
God.
She smiles.
You didn't disrespect it, did you?
Huh? I don't know. I'm
sit
so
there
Give me a
weird.
diplomacy. Give me a diplomacy as we sit here.
Oh Lord, nat 1. Oh
This
shit.
first time.
You're natural.
Hey man.
You're nervous.
It's
I
natural.
don't-
Comes in his pants.
Virgins get nervous and quiet.
By the fourth rub of your arm, she looks at you and she says, "Well, honey, you gonna pay me?"
Wait, what?
She sighs. She says, "Yes, you pay first. I don't know where you came from, whatever island it is, but here, you pay first."
Pay for what?
She like sighs. Says, "Are you wasting my time?" She'll like move her hands off you.
I don't. I look confused. I'm like, what am I?
She'll
what am I
stand
paying
up,
for?
grab one of the tankards, and then splash on you. He'll roll across you and says, "I never," and goes to walk away. Y'all all hear this. There's like a silence for a
I'll
second.
like look up to Food and just start laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look over and just frown.
You smell like pomegranate wine now.
Hey, at least I smell somewhat good.
Not bad.
Stained my clothes though, probably did it.
Yes, the
Yeah.
red,
Yeah,
purple.
the red and the purple. It's like all over because I was wearing all white.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wearing pink now, boy.
Yeah.
I suppose he's not the best influence either. After we see him do a drink splash on his face.
That's funny though.
it was a pretty good splash,
Yeah.
actually. She got you like in the collar of the neck area, but like only a little bit. If the cup was full, she would have like drew it across you,
Yeah.
but it was already empty. Do you
Whatever.
sit there dripping for a second?
No, I just wipe my face, flick it out of the way. I look for Al again, just
Sure.
cause I know he's probably just watching me like basically like probably this is like another fucking test or something. 27.
You glance around. You do not think he is in the lower bar.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, I understand now.
You see the woman from before storming out. Again, she looks very good from a good 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, but up close it's like leatherback. Yeah, I'm good.
Like leatherback.
Oh, they said leather.
Rode hard and hung out to dry.
Just leave it out there to bake in the sun for years at a time.
It's
Anyway,
Assyria. And,
yeah, I get that now. I just walk back towards the bar.
okay. He rejoined you at the bar, a little bit wetter.
Have a interesting conversation.
Yeah, I think
It's like
Al,
you took a shower. Like smiling.
I'll laugh back at that. I think Al was trying to test me again. Trying to hook me up with like an older lady.
Sounds just like Al.
I just shake my head. Degenerate.
Say what you didn't want any of that.
Degenerate.
I don't.
Is that what you said? God. Say he's smarter than you think.
Yeah. I probably should have said that I don't partake in most pleasures or something.
You don't like women.
I mean, abstinent.
Oh, you're one of those.
Is that part of your faith?
Say, is that why you don't drink?
I nod yes.
See? Interesting. Does
There-
everybody from Jail Mary do that?
Most. There are a few oddballs here and there, but most of the people from every monastery are pretty disciplined.
We like advanced our species.
Interesting. This discipline is a good thing.
Maybe down the line, maybe one day I'll like try to find a spouse or something. But for now, it's all about my training and discipline.
The bartender returns with what looks to be like a greenish brown, maybe charcoal cooked fruit, similar to a root, puts in front of you.
Crush it.
It's very sweet.
Like,
Earthy outside flavor, but inside's very sweet.
It's like a root.
It looks like a sliced root that's been charcoaled or grilled. It's soft, malleable when you put your mouth on
Put
it.
whatever sauce they have, like right there on the table. On it.
Oh, it's highly seasoned. Everything here has seasoned way beyond the point of need.
Vegan.
At this point, maybe some things are too under-seasoned.
I'll take a piece of root without the sauce.
Bite something, make your nose burn.
It seems that the plates he placed out were already seasoned.
Oh, so I taste that it was seasoned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, the recipe that I already had, I won't partake anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna dig in. I haven't had food like that.
You'll find a bit of time going by. Your legs going to sleep.
At
Kind
that
of
point,
finding a bit tired.
I'd probably wide grab a piece of root.
Long wide grabbed it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The
Mo and
smoke
Steve are
of
doing?
hookahs moved through, giving the building a unique
Should we do
smell,
that as well?
but doesn't smell like most Syrian buildings. Almost as if you
Should
could
be
smell the
dancing.
different smells of foreigners that come through here so often. As less unique Osirian dishes are served.
How long have we been here now?
Probably 45 minutes.
The first time I had to wait for the Viper, wasn't it like hours?
Sometimes it was, yes.
Okay,
You over there getting antsy again?
yeah. I just don't like all this waiting.
So he's probably busy too.
I just hope nothing nefarious is going on.
You should be more worried about Al than the Viper for what I've seen.
Yes, but I don't think that's something I can do very much about.
Oh, that's
I
true
like-
too.
Pause for a second. I did cast a spell on him. I look around. When I was tending to his wounds, I made a condition. If he would ever harm an innocent, that whatever wounds I had mended would tear open again as punishment.
Understandable.
Interesting.
I nod.
I mean, I wouldn't trust him either if he blasted holes in my chest like he did with you.
I just don't like the idea of healing someone that's just going to go off and hurt someone else. If he can stay on the true path, maybe there's a chance for him, but
He's never hurt anyone innocent when he was with you, did he?
No, I think I was a lot different than you think.
but he also seems to be much different now, correct? At least
No.
physically?
Did tell you to get out of his face like 4 times.
And
Well.
you know he's much stronger than you or I.
I'll nod.
Especially with all that magic that he can do.
And I don't think anyone can argue with me about wanting to protect this health of innocent lives.
Oh, no, I understand that. Just next time, just get out of his face before he blasts you in the chest again.
I wasn't even trying to find out if he was evil. I just wanted to see if the...
You weren't trying to see if he was evil.
No.
I've known you for like a couple weeks now. And
I've
every
already
time
tried to see...
Every time you look at somebody and then you suspect something, you go doing all those
Right.
looking.
But I had already tried with Al. I was just trying to make sure that the Tarkus thing wasn't still in the room. There was blood everywhere, and we... I shake my head. I wanted to see if it was still giving off an evil aura.
Well, they all trust him. Let's just trust in our ally for now. Don't forget, we're not true Sand Scarabs yet.
I'll nod. Just saying, I
Hold on.
was nearly murdered for misunderstanding.
Well, then, just be more careful next time. I mean, you'd be a little flustered too if you suddenly changed appearance out of nowhere, wouldn't you not?
I think I'd be able to hold myself back.
Well, some people aren't as disciplined as you or I.
And therein lies the problem.
Can everyone give me perception tests?
I'm just eating.
Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry.
Beyblade.
You lose it!
Let her rip.
Let her rip.
Excellent work. Oh, God.
So sorry.
21.
Oh, shit, anyway. 12, I think.
Okay, 12, 29, David?
No, I had 21.
21, okay.
44.
25.
11.
Okay. 3 of you spot the young woman from before that disappeared with Al coming down the steps a bit more disheveled than she was before. And as she gets to the lower part of the steps, having more collection of herself. She has a bit of a distant look to her. She seems to be striding. At this point, the 2 of you spot the same woman moving through the bar, headed towards the door, a bit disheveled.
I was like, I'll be right back.
He's quicker than a scry.
I'm gonna get up and try to
Well, actually.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna try to jog her down.
Okay, you meet her. She's just put her hands on the door to peel it open.
I'll stop her. I'll stop it and
Okay.
look
You
at her.
handle
And
the
say,
door?
I'll get the door for you.
She smiles and pushes a bit of her hair. You can see that it's obviously been clawed at.
See, can we have a word outside though?
She smiles and rubs her hand over her mouth. She says, "Sure," and then puts her hand on your shoulder. Lucky quickly rolls over and sniffs at her. And she's, oh, is tea yours?
Yes, he's fine.
She kind of looks expectantly at the door.
I'll open up the door.
I'll keep an eye out for where she came from the stairs.
Okay.
When Al comes back down.
Okay.
I'll open up the door.
As you swing the door open, give me a reflex save.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna put my feet up in one of the empty chairs, leaving one empty for the Viper.
Okay.
It will be a 16 with evasion.
16.
Yes.
As you swing the door open, something shifts and moves. You kind of like position yourself behind the door. Even Lucky kind of like lowers onto his haunches in reaction to seeing you. As like the door comes open, something seems to like swing into the door frame. The woman's eyes go wide and she goes to scream as you see what looks like a body that is hanging, head hanged low as a noose is running for it, swings through the door, barely missing you as you like step back.
I like
and the
look
woman-
to see who it is. Like, what the fuck?
y'all, again, all of you hear an ear-piercing scream.
I jump in immediately looking at the
You
direction.
like go to throw your
choke
feet
him
open and
Gulp a little.
I like to set my feet
It is
down
not
real quick.
difficult to tell who this figure is. His hair is chopped in black and always had been hidden before by a red scarf.
Oh god.
There is a tunicked man, Teldane. There does not seem to be a chest at his waist. He seems to be hanging from something above the door.
Once I realize who it is, I'll like do that like arm wrap, like take a dagger out and try to like cut the rope.
Okay,
Try to like, I guess, strength check, hold him or whatever.
throw him up.
Yeah.
I will swiftly like head over there and to like assist mode just in case something like attacks him as well.
Okay, so you sprint over.
I'll scurry to him as well. Knock
see
the
if you
chairs
assist.
over.
I will start making my way over.
You just see if you
I say,
assist
Al.
first.
Like, set my
I
feet
got
down, like, try and get up.
5.
5?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I tried
Didn't
to,
assist.
didn't assist.
Okay, so you grab the legs and raise them, knowing that in your mind you want to cut the rope, but it's too high. And Akeem runs quickly up, pushing through people, and grabs the body as well, and then goes to help you pick the body up. So at the torso kind of goes lazily, but the neck's still caught. So the two of y'all are just pushing him up
Say, all right, hold it. I'll cut the rope. And I
Right.
like go to let go and try to cut the rope
with your dagger.
with my dagger.
Give me an acrobatics.
All right. Acro.
Swing.
What is that?
That's a 6.
All right, so that will be a 12.
12. Okay, you jump up. Give me damage with the dagger real quick. I think it's die 4 plus strength.
Yeah. Well, I would be power attacking, but it'd be 7.
7. You jump up, kind of pushing off the door seal and slice it. The body goes loose over Akeem's shoulder.
I
You feel a body go across you and you kind of hold it up.
I'll lay it down as gently as I can.
Okay.
Like,
You lay the body down, the head loosely rolls and hits. You're trying to like grab all of it, not lose the whole body. As you look into the figure's face, it is a number of bruises on his brow of one of his eyes. His nose obviously looks broken and twisted and blood. There's a good amount of blood that seems to be coming from his mouth, and maybe a few teeth missing. There's a
I'm gonna do a heal
laceration or
check
two.
on
Sure, can I heal check him? Listen.
Yeah, y'all can drop some heal
Like,
checks.
I'll finally get up there to
Excuse
see
me.
what's going on, so.
I'll look out.
See, what's going on?
I'll look out. I'll peer
Like,
outside
as
the
I
door
go
and look
over.
at.
Okay.
16.
You step outside.
You see me run up?
At this point, the woman is like backed away and is hysterical.
Okay.
Give me a perception.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bad way.
Okay.
16 heal check.
16. What'd you get?
15 heal check.
I didn't. I just
What do you-
walked in to see what was up.
You walk over, kind of like still stuffing some of your papers back in. Are you slyly moving with Malika?
Yeah.
Okay.
26 in the perception.
Okay, you step out in the doorway and look both ways. It seems as this figure that you'll know as the Viper, a number of bolts seem to have pierced through his armor, and the outsides have been snapped off low. So as you peer through his tunic, it seems they pierced the breastplate underneath, as well as the lacerations, amount of blood. It seems as if he's missing a few fingernails. This figure was tortured before he was killed.
I didn't see
Damn it.
anything.
You step outside, glance, an open street.
Nobody.
Barely been an hour. Who had time to do this to him?
No one's looking around or anything, or I mean, like looking at. I mean, it was a body hanging.
There was a body hanging from there. It
I mean-
seems as if, as you look now, you can see the rest of the rope going up to a second bedroom railing. Yeah.
Say, what happened?
I walk back inside.
I started to walk up.
Oh man, more. Well, it was more like I just looked out the door, so I was
Okay.
like,
Close the door back.
yeah.
The bar's kind of silent.
I'll be right back.
I'll like realize there's like a body. I'm gonna try to like. I remember he said his bodyguards were in the kitchen. It's like a safe place. The public won't be able to see him. I'm gonna take his body to the kitchen.
You like pick him up.
Yeah.
Like you can see people standing up from chairs looking at you as you're going by. The bar staff who are even looking. You all shuffle towards the back.
Yeah.
I want to head out the front door.
Okay.
Can I like count the windows? What room that noose is hanging from?
Sure. Give me a knowledge engineering.
Mm.
No.
No.
Okay.
Just using fingers and windows.
You know it's on the
maybe, like,
second floor. You believe it should be the second.
somewhere above the door, right?
Yeah, second or third suite.
I want to like start bounding up the stairs.
Okay.
When I see his Ernest bound, I'm going to follow him.
Okay.
Like,
I like.
You're shuffling towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'll follow him once I
Okay.
see him shuffle past me. Say, what happened?
Very well. It seems like someone hanged the fool. Like trying to like shuffle by.
You burst up the
course they
steps.
did.
The third door is open.
I'm gonna head to it, knock it open, quickly.
No, it's open.
Oh, like, okay. I thought it was just enough. Like
No,
I
no,
see
no,
the
no.
light.
Like
in it.
it's actually just
Okay.
like open. As you look toward the rest of the doors are closed. It seems to be the open one. Only one that is open. As y'all bound towards the door, you kind of glance in. You see a similar stark room as before, and an arch that seems to head out into a balcony. There seems to be a number of couches, a table that you in your other room had a hookah on it, and a couch. This one seems to have been a bit more soiled. You can see torn sections in it as the two of you burst through into the kitchen. The kitchen staff look confused.
I'll like look at the guys that try to see if it's the same
You
two
do
guys
the
that
throw
were.
them on a table, I see.
Yeah, like a prep table or something.
Yeah.
I'll clear the table or whatever. Yeah.
Knocking all the ingredients off and throw the viper on top of it. One of the cooks quickly moves over and looks and frowns. Says, "What happened to him?" And
See?
starts trying to move the noose off him.
I don't know. I went to go out of the front door of the inn, and he's there hanging.
Dead. So there's looking over, and the other two cooks move and look.
Oh, he's dead.
He says, "Check outside." They snatch knives.
Say, if you buy me a few minutes, we can figure out who did this.
I checked outside already.
He says, "Did you see anyone?"
No one.
You come
I'm like,
like,
check
rubbing
out
through the
back.
kitchen.
Yeah, I'm like rubbing my eyes.
He points.
I'm gonna
And-
start casting a spell.
Okay.
Speak with dead.
Okay, so the three cooks seem to break up. One goes out the front door, and two starts moving to the back of the kitchen. How
When
long
you
does that
start
take to
casting
cast?
10 minutes.
Okay.
When you start casting the spell, I'll take my shield, my spear out, and guard the kitchen door.
To the front
Or-
or towards the back?
Well, he came in the front one, so I'll go to the back one.
Okay. You move to the back. There's
Yeah.
two chefs that push the door open and storm out there with large knives.
I'm gonna move.
Yeah, no, hey, I'll stay right there.
Okay.
I'll,
I see a
I'll
key.
guard the.
Yeah.
I'll before I do anything, I hear him call my name and I say, "What? What is it?"
So you got the front.
I got the front.
Okay.
I just want to move through the room to the balcony and make sure the rope's tied to it.
Yeah,
It's
you,
the right
you
room.
quickly move and find it seems to be the room. Yes. You glance up. Perception? Are you following
Yeah.
tightly behind? Okay. You can also give me perception as the two of you hit the balcony.
13.
14.
We're on the case.
Two
Together.
lowest perceptions. Looking around.
You can choose to add them together.
With our powers combined, we're still blind.
I kind of need you to tell me how many questions I can ask.
Good lord.
For 2 caster levels, I can ask a question.
Okay. Let's see.
So two, right? Round now.
It depends.
Depends on things. Things on things.
Hell, heck.
The two of you glance out. again, there's people out there, and they're moving on with the normal every day. They don't seem to be looking this way or acting in a unique way.
You think this was his room? Or he was meeting someone else in here?
I don't know. I think it's weird that he even walked off when we found him. Maybe he was gonna go tip someone off that we were looking for them.
No, he has a place around this inn here that he does it. It's quiet and no distractions. I just assume it'd be his room.
Awful good.
Okay.
Might be, but someone had to kill him.
Well, let's start looking around. Are there drawers or beds? Like, I don't want to ransack the place, but is there anything we can look through?
Is there, like,
No, these
blood
don't
on
look
the
like
ground?
personal effects. It was just very similar to the room that you got. It's simply for sleeping and otherwise resting or slapping your things on the floor. It doesn't look like there's any shelves or anything to put anything in.
Does this even look like? Is there any blood on the ground in this room or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to him, I don't think it was in this room.
You don't have a sight for this.
I'm like shake my head. No.
What's the will save? Or what's your save?
The save will depend on the caster level again.
Oh. Now I see what your problem is.
Yeah.
Now I get you. We're cooking up with oil. Get it! Give me a second.
No, you're good.
Oh,
I was trying to be discreet.
You were very discreet. Too discreet.
Desperate.
Yeah, I cast
So discreet, I didn't
desecrate.
even know what you were talking about.
Look at that.
To be caster level plus my wisdom.
What's your wisdom?
Which is
Plus
disgusting.
7.
Gross.
That's what I was gonna say.
Plus 7?
Yeah, that's my wisdom.
I have God wisdom. Boom.
Nearly prescient.
Okay.
That's what I need to know for the questions too.
Oh my god. Can I get a note card?
Hey,
Can I get a note card?
30 questions. Oh shit. There's a class out.
Can I get a second note card?
Who killed you? What was his name? What was he wearing?
And can I also get a fifth note
How old are
card?
you?
Clean side.
What's your favorite color?
Damn! What is
Still
this?
see me?
It's an old prayer I wrote for my old characters.
Can you turn into a snake?
Okay.
Like a singer and rate
It's
him.
perfectly out.
Really?
Yeah. You don't have to go that far. If you just don't turn, you're good.
So if I'm like this, I'm right.
Okay.
A few seconds behind.
Okay, so
You're good.
the two of you are guarding the room,
Yes.
or at least the kitchen at this point. The two of you are
Zip
in the
back.
center of a guest room, pondering your next step. And you're trying to perform a long-term spell.
I think we should head back to the others.
You go, I'll stay here.
I'm not going to leave you alone.
Be alright. I think I'm gonna be caught off guard, shot full of bolts, beat up, and hung from a balcony. That's what you mean.
Possible.
Can I go over to the rope,
Sure. You were at the balcony earlier.
cut it,
Sure.
just start pulling it up?
Mm-hmm.
I know this end doesn't need any more bad publicity.
Oh God. Didn't Malakath say that objects help him with his scrying spells? Like, look at the rope. What if that wasn't the Vipers? What if it was one of theirs?
I don't know if it works like that. Sure as the Vipers now.
Well, not.
How did he not see this coming?
I like shake my head. We're dealing with a criminal element. This is what criminals do to each other.
I feel like it's more our fault. Most people we come into contact with end up dead. Or dead again.
God, that's bad. Dead or dead again.
So you're standing at the door.
Yes.
I don't plan
A
on dying
large
twice.
man, a kind of thick beard that rolls over his double chin and hides it, sweaty hair combed over, and a large apron, pushes through the door and wide-eyed. What are you doing in here? Get out of the way! And puts a manly arm against your chest to push you out of the way.
I don't resist.
Okay, he would like push you out of the way and step in. He says, "Is that a dead body?" You can hear this voice, Malakath.
I like turn around. Say, good job, Akeem. Like, once I notice what's going on.
He's the.
I say, yes, we found him. I say he was hung up in the room.
He steps over. Is that the Viper?
I'll nod. I'll say, shh.
What is he doing?
Say, it's trying to.
Is he dead?
Yes.
His eyes go wide.
Saber's trying to speak with him. Shh.
He like frowns. Give me a diplomacy on that one.
He's trying to find his killer. Can I try to assist?
Sure.
See what I roll.
Fuck. Nope, don't assist.
16.
Ivy, can I get one of those note cards you got right there?
Sure. Yellow?
Blue, yellow, orange.
These are the
So we
fancy
were
cards.
guarding
What'd you get?
16.
16?
Didn't assist.
Didn't assist? It says guarding. It says, this is my establishment. You Sand Scarabs, you just stop wrecking it and leaving dead bodies. He'll like move over to you to kind of get in front of you. He's a hefty man. Mr. Fabat.
I'll say, I understand. I say, we're trying to figure out who it is now. Sorry, we keep bringing more trouble here.
Always sorry. He looks back. He says, he's doing what again?
So he's trying to speak with him to figure out who did this so we can make it right.
Ventures. He says, you're gonna pay me for this. And goes to step out the front door. Or, I guess, the front main door of the kitchen.
Yeah. I say, we will. As he walks out.
He looks at you as he goes by, a stern, angry look.
I don't flinch or budge or anything. I just look back at him.
You know he's so tired of that shit.
He'll step out the door.
I look back at you. He's the owner. What did you expect me to do?
I say, no. I say, I understand why he's upset. I say, we've caused enough trouble for him. So he's getting past you anyway. I like smile.
He was pesty when when those masked figures attacked us from before.
He just wants everything to be peaceful.
Like stutter over my words, somewhat flustered.
Say, but anyways, I'll like look back and
Okay.
and I'll step back towards the back door. I kind of peer out to make sure I like step out to make sure the two chefs who went out there didn't get like ganked up or something.
You step out. They seem to be moving either way down the street, kind of looking at the back fences of a number of other establishments.
I'll just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
I just look at the entrance to the kitchen. What, you said it was like a cloth or something, right? That covers it.
Yes, it is like beaded cloth.
Yeah, I'll just pull the beads away and I look outside just to make sure no one.
It seems as though the staff is moving back and forth very quickly.
Okay.
And you can see Mr. Fabat like angrily at the front door, like pointing at it, talking.
I like.
Lean back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say to Hassan, you're probably right. We should stick together. Watch each other's backs.
You think we should find out? He was up here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he might be a suspect of sorts. Though that girl came down, she was either an accomplice or was with her. She did seem to know right when to open the door. You might be onto something, Hassan.
I look scared and excited at the same time.
Oh Lord.
Let's go
Well,
find
there's
the
only
rest of
so many rooms he can be in. Like, look back.
You mean Al?
I like nod. He came up here, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think you should be the one knocking on any doors, if you know what I mean.
Let you take care of that.
Let's
No,
just go back down and find the rest of the scarabs.
I'll nod.
Start heading downstairs with like the rope still wrapped around my arm.
Okay.
Oh,
Perception
shuffle and
test?
shimmy.
Yeah,
You'll move out the door, start heading down the hallway, and aiming for the steps.
Ooh.
Feeling yourself getting closer to the scarabs
23.
with each step.
21.
Before you get an artillery bolt to the back.
As you go down the steps, you're not sure if he's hiding amongst them or simply standing amongst them. You both spot Al. He seems to have slyly moved himself inside the crowd of the many tables and seems to be talking amongst people. The rest of the scarabs you don't see though.
Where did they go?
I don't know. Mo couldn't have gotten far with that body.
I'll nod. Do I see...
I don't hear any commotion or anything outside, dude.
You
Outside
can hear
pub.
the restaurant itself or the bar is loud with people talking. I mean, there's just a dead man dragged inside.
Yeah. After a few-
Gossip is freely coming through.
After a few moments, I look outside the closet, more or less like bored and somewhat antsy, like
Okay.
almost expecting something to happen at this point.
Okay, give me a perception.
Fuck. 17.
You'll spot. Oh goodness.
Jesus Christi.
You'll spot Stade and Hassan.
Good job.
Alright.
They seem to be standing they're close to each other and sternly looking through the crowd and moving with initiative and intent, but you're not sure in what. They come to the middle, a crossroads to the door, and kind of glance back and forth.
I like once I feel like they are looking towards my direction, I wave at them.
Do y'all look towards the kitchen?
I mean, we got.
I feel like if they're scanning,
I feel like I'm focused on Alex.
You're looking at Al?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking amongst like 2 or 3 people sitting at a table.
I would eventually break eye contact with Alan, like just
It's
start
back to
asking.
head contact with Al, which is always scary.
Al contact,
Al contact.
and I'll start like talking with some of the patrons and say like, "Have you seen a dwarf with a gold mask?
Yes, I
Where-
see him often.
Which way did
He's
he
one
go?"
of the Sand Scarabs.
Yes, but did you see
He
where
was
he went?
here. He was carrying a body.
Where did he go?
I'm kind of smiling.
He
and just
was carrying a
smiling.
body through the inn.
Yes. Where did he go?
I don't know.
Thank you.
They disappeared.
I like
One
Move
of
on
them
to the
was an
next
ancient
person.
of
I'm
sorts.
not there.
You're not there at all.
I went out.
Move on to the next one. Have you
Yeah,
seen a
so-
dwarf with a
Give
gold
me
mask?
a diplomacy for gather information.
It's all the good rumors I need.
27.
27. And you're still looking at
Head
that.
towards Al.
Okay.
Hypnotize. Memorize.
Okay. You glance around and start talking. 2 or 3 of the servers say that they're in the kitchen, but that they should not be bothered.
Yeah.
That's fine by me.
You glance over and see.
I walk outside to
This
walk
seems
through
like-
the clock, and I yell out Hassan's name. Hassan, over here.
You see him waving
Like-
excitedly at you.
Smile and give him a firm nod and be like, just hold up one finger as I go and try and find State again.
I will peer back through the clock in the inside of the
It's a
kitchen.
lot.
You pass this round.
Things on things on
2.
things.
Everyone.
Okay.
The 2 of you start moving towards the kitchen. As you-
I go and try and find State.
As you
after I-
glance back to look at Stade, Stade is moving towards the back of Al. Al will
Da-da-da.
turn when you're but 2 paces from him. He'll turn and look over at you. He grabs the back of his chair,
Goes back.
grabs the back of his chair and turns and looks at you. He smiles. He says, "Stade, where have you been?"
I don't say anything.
Okay. He stares at you.
Like I imagine myself thinking it, looking like. Imagine myself saying it to him. Imagine myself saying it like.
He glances at you. Says, "Are you okay?" Frowns at you for a second.
I frown too. So I'm fine.
Where is everyone?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Oh, because I'm always with everyone else.
You just seem to be downstairs and could see.
He says, "They're not down here." He says, "None of these people know anything. There's a dead body of someone.
Thanks.
Mo's
Al.
found him.
Pat him on the shoulder and was like, and I'm trying to find Mo.
None of these stupid idiots know where he is."
He's saying this out loud.
Yeah, like amongst them.
You can't like find them.
Who do I look like?
I laugh. He's like, you don't want me to answer that. First one to find him, give a shout. I'm
that
smiling
point,
like
can I,
pat his
like-
shoulder again.
Shift up to them.
I'm just disappointed.
He steps out of the crowd towards the 2 of you.
Like-
Hassan,
Mhm.
excited, Go ahead.
Excited? No. Calm.
calm. No, you're calm. Okay.
Well, now I'm bored.
Like,
What now?
they're in the kitchen.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, good.
Turn it out. They're in the kitchen.
I win. He drops a pair of cards, and they all nod And he reaches in and grabs the pot
Oh my
and
God.
shoves it over to a bag.
I'll nod and smile too. Like, makes sense.
I'll just sigh disappointedly.
Beautiful.
You see a sort of coins,
Him and Tal's
gold and
eyes.
silver, move into the, and he'll stand up. Says, "Good job, gentlemen." Steps away.
Has the devil's luck, doesn't he?
They like kind of look at you with glazed over eyes.
Jeez, Al. I gotta shove him. I'll like shove him if I can towards the kitchen.
I'd ask if he has cards up his sleeves, but I don't know how he puts them in. Hands
Y'all
back.
start moving towards the kitchen. How'd everyone feel about?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick intermission, hit bathroom breaks, get a few drinks, and then start back in maybe 15 minutes. Just as a quick, interesting part, you might have seen Gobloween, October 25th. We're gonna have a one-shot Goblin game. There's gonna be a number of us from here that will be playing, so come out and check us out. Thanks for coming. Hope you all are enjoying it. See you all in 15 minutes.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Okay.
We return. The group being in the Inn of the Desert Winds in Tafu, a tavern that holds to adventurers alike, normally foreigners. You are currently standing over the body of the Viper, an informant that you all have used of magical skill before. He lays upon a table in the cooking area of the kitchen, as I believe the group is now funneling towards the kitchen. As you as an owl follow. So we have Stade, Hassan, and Akeem and Al all coming into the kitchen simultaneously.
No, Keem's in the kitchen already.
Games in
He
the
was in the
kitchen.
door.
But you were like, you walked out to like introduce them, right?
No, I walked out, like yelled Hassan's name, waved at him,
And I was like double guns, and then I walked over.
Double
then I-
crossbows, always
Double
double
crossbows.
crossbows.
double crossbows, and I just faded back into the claw.
Okay.
Like fucking Homer Simpson fading into the
Yeah.
bush.
I mean, hey, that's fine. That's super terracotta warrior-ish, I guess.
I was playfully, forcefully shoving Al away from a table of marks or friends he had just met and seemingly gambled with.
He'll like slap his hand into
Friends.
your hand,
Gambled.
like a handshake, but his thumb's on the wrong side. Oh.
So it's my thumb goes over his and his thumb goes
Yeah.
over mine.
Everything's
I'll
bad.
shudder.
And he'll like basically like pull at you and like shove at you as you like pushed him. Like basically like go into like almost cat response before he pushes away from you.
Wait, when Al sleeps, does he find a box to sit in?
I'm not entirely sure if he licks himself yet for grooming. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. This is a rabbit hole.
It's not one I want to go down.
Sure.
Exactly.
He will eventually. He's gonna try
He
it.
has to.
You
You know
know,
he's
yeah.
gonna try it.
Dude, it's
It's like, why does the
security-
dog lick its balls? Because it can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyways, so as you three enter, you see the circumstances. The kitchen's warm, and you can hear like the slow burning of fireplaces, but otherwise it's quiet. You can hear a spell being cast as Mo moves over the body.
As they walk in, I'll like put my hand on the
Spoke right?
Sure.
The
Same.
chef's outside doing okay still.
They're like down the street. One of them's questioning a group of kids.
Damn, they're going in.
Yeah. They're yelling louder and the conversation's rougher, but as an Osirian, that seems completely normal.
It's a spell like
Children need to know
ability,
who's an
so I
adult.
don't know if you-
And
yeah.
the other one too.
The other one's like moving down. It looks like he's calmly talking to another
I think you'll
merchant.
go up there and catch all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
If
I'll
you
like
could.
kind of like pace back and
I
forth
couldn't
from
use
there
it
to
against
the
elves.
back door.
I think I'd have to detect magic
I want
first.
to at least keep an
but
eye
I'm
on.
not going
It's a
to.
spell like ability. I don't even know if he's casting a spell.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the mask doing it. Kind of like owl spell like abilities.
That's
I
true.
can't like spellcraft them.
So
Well,
he's
you said I
just
couldn't.
standing there for 10 minutes? Seems kind of odd.
We never. I don't know if we ever came to a decision on how that works.
I think you can spellcraft them. It just goes. I don't know if it'd probably go off this caster level of the mask.
It's just weird because I don't
Or-
think you'd
I don't
be.
know.
It'd still
I don't
be the
think
same
you'd moving
spell.
your hand
Yeah.
and
Just,
saying
it'd be a different spellcraft to identify. That's a different check. than
Let's
how
just
someone asks you.
shorten the conversation. Did you get 15 or under?
I got 22.
Okay. I rolled a 2, so I have no fucking clue.
You got what?
22.
22.
But if he's not giving any appearance of spellcasting, like moving his hands or saying certain
I assume
words,
if the casting time's 10 minutes, if it's
that's where it gets
supernatural or
weird.
period, he's doing something. If it's like standing over the body, touching it, staring at it. But just for
Just touching
simplicity's
his head
sake,
or something?
Like whispering an incantation or
Just
something.
touch it. Are you touching him or?
I'd be like.
how
probably,
are you
like,
doing it? That's a good
Probably
question.
have like both my hands like over his shoulders, like looking into his like face,
Okay.
like leaned over him, but not saying anything. Just letting like the power of the what's going on take its course.
For intense purposes, I think that you could perceive that something is being used. The intent of a
Be like
magic
whispering,
source.
probably.
Yes. And you think that it might be attempting to speak with the dead. You know, if you do it from your other ways, arcane ways, it's normally a lengthy process.
I've tried to do it before too.
That might help. I'll like walk in and
Searching for your speaker is difficult sometimes.
look around. Do I see Malakath?
Malakath? Yeah, he seems to be at the back door. He's strolling back with a sly smile on his face.
I'll like walk over to him. What is he doing?
Maybe he's trying to speak with the Viper through death.
Ah. I like frown and look back.
An
I see.
incorporeal head of the viper will look up at you, like shift his head up and look at you.
I'll like
And he'll
smile.
like frown and like turn. The head and stomp goes to the neck. His body doesn't seem to show, just the head. Like looks up at you.
Do we see that?
No.
See, I can't do much, but I can give you a voice for a little while longer if you're willing to help. Like I'll just say that. And that's it.
He says that in his ear.
Not like loudly, like,
No.
but
Well,
loud
we
enough.
get enough for us to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean it's
Yeah.
I just watch.
I look confused at first, but not say anything.
Yeah, just watching.
I'll try detecting magic when he says that. And like squint.
there is magic being used. Necromancy magic.
But I'm not seeing anything other than like the
Um,
auras wafting around them.
Yes, there's a growing of. I guess you'd have to do a spellcraft.
Can I see him do that?
Huh?
You move your hands and say something to
Yeah,
detect
it's
magic.
not. It's
Yeah,
an aura.
yeah.
So can I spellcraft that?
Yeah.
I don't. No spellcraft. 9.
Yeah, I don't even know what detect magic is.
Skaven. Buddy.
He's over here.
Okay, so you got an
11.
11 to attempt to see what he casted.
Yes.
You don't know. And then you got a spellcraft
Of 9.
9 to know what kind of that. Other than his necromancy magic,
And
it
his
seems to
word.
be language dependent.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it seems that he's
I know he did something, right?
yeah.
So I was like, hey, stay out of it and stay quiet. I'll look around and like wave my hand over.
Al will lean forward into your ear and go, "What were you doing?"
Detecting magic.
Ooh. And he leans back again. He smiles and nods.
I'm
at
kind
you.
of like scowl at him.
The head turns and looks at you. Frowns. Where am I? Skaven.
So you're in the kitchen at the end of the desert winds. I'm sure you know by now you died. Oh, wait, look at him.
I was dead.
Like I said, I can give you a voice for a little while longer. See, there's a few questions I have to ask you.
Yeah. thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, that's how that works. See, I
What
get
do
to
you
ask you. I get to ask you 8 questions. You can answer them however you want. Hopefully, you tell me the truth.
He
Okay.
looks at you. Give me a sense motive.
24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be. You can see the expressions. His emotions are, like his facial expressions are moving quickly. Looks like he's trying to tell you more, but it's restricted.
Yeah. Say, all right, here we go. Are you ready? Can you hear me?
nods.
Can you hear me good?
He looks, and then you can again feel him pulling at you.
Say, as you know, this is Mo of the Sand Scarabs. Can you tell me who did this to you?
Yes.
I like slap out a journal on the table.
I'll sigh when I see the journal come out.
It's saying nothing.
Say, all right, who was it?
It like leans up and sits. The incorporeal body moves out of the corpse and he sits up. Seems to be a perfect impression, as if he was healed. The Viper is, and is sitting there looking at you. Like puts his hand on his head and like looks around. Says, "The gold masks." Says, "Are you?" And seems to be pulling at you.
I like to sit up on the table, like next to him with the journal and all that. Feet dangling shorter.
Yes. He looks at you urgently.
That's all he says for the first question.
Yeah, that's all he said.
It seems that Mo is now like sitting and having a conversation with
He's
something.
looking. He's sitting on the table, and the body's laying there, and he's sitting beside the body, and he's looking over, and he's writing in his journal and talking.
I want to start kneeling down as quietly as I can. Like take my shield from my back that has a phrasma symbol on it, lay it in front of me, and start praying over it.
Okay.
Yeah, praying to keep the veil parted or the portal open.
What language are you praying out loud?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just to her.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Just silent.
I was just double checking.
No, I don't want to
If you
interrupt.
threw that baby out there, I'd be like, all right, I will accept this.
No, I'm just praying it. Praying in Assyrian, quietly.
Okay.
See, second question.
The rest of you were standing there.
I'm gonna go back out and check on the.
I'll just keep my eyes on the.
Is there anything you wish for me to tell anyone? Pass your words on.
He says, yes. Find my chest. Bring me back. And
That's it.
he like looks worried.
Oh, man. All right, listen here. Think about these questions. See, it seems to me you don't get long to answer. Third question. Is there any info that you're willing to give the Sand Scarabs that you deem valuable?
He like pauses and actually seems to like take in for a second. There's an island south of the city in the marshes. They are there.
I'll nod like, yeah.
Oh my god. That's big.
So with my eyes closed, I
I
hear
like smile. I'll just smile like a little smile.
Mo's side of the conversation, and then writing.
Like he's nodding and writing.
Yeah.
And Lucky's like, actually, Lucky's looking at, but not at Mo.
Got that dog sense.
Dog
Weird.
sense.
That's
Seek
6
and
dog
sense it.
Like-
sense.
Like across from him, looking at like a section of the table. Sitting down.
Is he whining or anything, or is he just looking?
He's looking.
And you know he's got that
All right,
Optimus
fifth
Prime voice
question.
in his head.
What is the last thing you saw?
It was a busy street.
Fair enough. Oh, sorry, that was.
That's fair. Yeah. You're dead now. You get a pass.
I mean, that's where you're scooped up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Al says, no one's gonna say anything about this. None of you.
Yeah, I was curious.
What do you mean?
Sorry, this is the 5th question. Say, were you able to locate our person?
No.
Just a sec.
I live some
He stands like up and seems to like lay on both feet for a second and kind of like look over at himself. For the rest of you, it's just him. You watch him track in front of him, and Lucky gets up and like pans around the room for a second in like a circle, looking in the center of the circle.
What did Al say?
Basically, he pointed out that no one was going to say anything about this, and was pointing at Mo as you began to pray, and then 3 looked up on to this shenanigan.
Checking on the shit.
No,
Oh yeah, you were looking outside.
I'm looking at the other way at the curtain. I'm not even paying
Oh, okay. Wow, so it's you and Al. Okay,
Yeah.
he's talking to you then.
I'll smile at like the next question. I'll say, question 6. What is your favorite color?
I like frown when I hear that.
A gray in the morning when the sun comes up, when you're very tired. He seems to smile a bit.
Do you wanna die?
Shut up, down.
What else helpful can you remember about the man that you saw in the Sphinx? Or the figure you saw in the Sphinx, rather.
His eyes go wide. He kind of moves over to you and reaches his arm to put your shoulder. It's not that you feel it, but his hand kind of like moves and then kind of goes through you for a second. He smiles. He says, "There's many of them." He says, "All on the island." He says, "They have a Sphinx guarding them."
I like look at Al. It's like, what do you mean?
He reaches forward to go, touch you again, and he fades away.
There's one more question.
He fades.
No, I didn't get my 8th question. You just me.
Like a true dwarf. The spell ripped me off.
And quick, bang your mask into his face. Maybe it'll start it up again. Not in character.
No, you're fine.
Mo like sigh. Finish writing down in his journal. Close it.
Al looks at you. That.
I think I know where the gold
I
masks
like to
are.
look what he's talking about.
Where are they?
I'll look back when you say
So
that.
they're not far from here. South. On an island outside the city. Supposedly they have that Sphinx guarding them.
So,
See,
let's kill him?
I think we know where we need to go.
Like, walk back in. What'd you find out?
Say I know where the gold masks are. They're not far from here, south on an island.
I just smile big. Good.
What do you think, Stade?
You see me talking and seeming to mumble faster as I finish up the prayer so I can say what I want to say. Stand up and pull my shields into the heart of them, just like that.
So the Viper
First
said,
it was to Sothis, then the dunes, then tomb raiding again. And
See,
then
but the whole point of going to Sothis was to find out what was possibly taken to the tomb.
I thought it was to help
Or,
us get this.
yes.
I thought it was to help us get the rod. We know
Yeah,
where
which
that's
we think may have been taken, I believe, may have been taken to the tomb. So I know maybe if we get in this gold mask
stronghold on their island or whatever it is. See if we can find out some more information.
So he's got a good point to attack them head on, though. So we got to come up with a different plan.
Yes, of course.
As long as we stay together, that's all that matters.
Well, Nod, I could certainly acquire us some transportation. It's just, I like pause and think about it. How many islands are in the the Sphinx?
The marshlands. I know you know the dunes, Malachi. But what about the marshes?
So I'm sure we'll be finding them too. I say,
Don't worry, I know where we're going.
I say we put our heads together, we never really get lost. We haven't yet.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a bit of a fight. Like, smile.
Say, well, they've already tried to kill us enough times.
There's
It's not like they don't warrant this.
so there's plant life in the marshes that could be helped.
No, and the prayer I said to
Also the
Pharasma
harm.
was for the Viper's death. He told us stuff as his soul goes to her than when his soul was on this plane. So it was all meant to be. If that's the information he gave us, then I believe we're meant to use it.
So we only talk to you.
See,
about
it
this.
says if we find his chest, we can bring him back.
Really?
That's what he says.
I doubt it, but
So I
I
could
mean,
bring
you
him
brought
straight
him
back
back to
alive.
life.
it's different.
Look, it was a nice chest.
See, we could bring him back, but I don't have the spell prepared.
Like, frown. You can restore life as well.
So yes, but they come back possibly differently, have a different appearance and weaker. Say, but they'll be alive.
You can do that for free.
Say no, they would cost. Saying I'm not sure that.
What do you mean weaker? You can make me a human.
Say I think it's more of chance. Say I can't. I'm not sure if I can control what you become.
Do they have to be dead first?
I already gave you a chance to
Yes.
atone. Spit that back in my face.
You'd have to
and
let
never
us
ask
kill
me.
you
You didn't
first.
say you could. No, I don't want to die.
Say,
That's
but
what he
if-
said.
Say, but if you did die, hypothetically, yes, you could come back as a human.
I owe you one.
Of course not. Al. Of course not.
Wait, no, he'd have to pay for the procedure, as it were.
Yeah.
I could work it off.
I say, well, that's
Work it
No,
off.
if
I've
you
seen
got
how
the-
much gold you're carrying
Yeah,
around.
you're wearing it right now.
Huh?
Well, just don't sell the.
we can work something out.
You could sign me up for that.
You want to be an
What,
ornate?
if you die, you want me to sell your items?
You want to be an
Yeah.
ornate cat or a plain human?
I mean, if we could just pay for it, work it off.
Yeah.
Is it worth bringing back the Viper, though, is my point.
I mean, if he asked for it.
He wasn't innocent. Kind of? Like, look
No.
confused.
We
He
gotta
helped
The
us.
son actually makes a good point. He didn't ask for it. He has to return his chest.
That's true. There could be something in there that could bring him back possibly better than that. We don't know.
We
But
should
it
at least
might
try
have
that first.
How much would that sell for?
We're not selling it. We're
quite
going
a
to use
lot,
it on
I'm
him,
sure.
aren't we?
Anything that tends to bring back
What?
life.
Not just that, but we make a powerful ally.
He looks over at
What are we
you.
gonna do with him in the meantime?
Yeah, we'll sell it.
Bury him.
Should let Mr. Fabat deal with it.
No, he's just going to
We
stuff
owe
him in
Mr.
an urn with some
Fabat
garlic.
as well. Oh, by the way.
That would preserve him, wouldn't it? If we get something to bring him back, do we need the body?
Probably. I have the ability, but
What about a piece of his body?
I think we do just need a piece, possibly.
Like a finger, maybe, or something.
It's worth a shot.
You can't use that thing you used on Hassan before.
Now we're butchering body parts.
oh, like
Only
you
to bring him
before.
back.
I saw you ripping knuckles off to get the rings.
That was different.
What up?
What's up, baby?
Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
Got you. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, so we get the ring yet.
So a finger or a whole hand?
I think just a finger.
Look, I think
We could fit a finger in a pocket.
we might want to hurry. This seemed like a time-sensitive issue.
Mr. Fabat understands.
What are you talking
He
about?
just said we owe him.
I mean,
I
if,
apologize for any inconvenience here again.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily our fault. The gold mask butchered
we
the
do bring
viper.
a lot of drama here.
It was the gold mask.
That's what he said.
Well, if
Drama
it was
spreads word of
them-
mouth, and word of
Said
mouth
the last
brings
thing he
business.
saw was a busy street.
That's also true.
Come to think of it, I guess that makes sense. He told me where the island was south of the city. I didn't get a chance to ask him my last question.
And what was that going to be?
Well, I guess he already answered it. I was gonna ask him what direction the Sphinx flew in when it left.
South.
I'll throw the length of rope I have, like that he was hung with, and put it on him.
Oh, yes. I like point at the rope.
The room didn't seem dirty.
As I've done many times, I want to like take my dagger out and like pop his finger off, just like I'm popping a piece of jewelry off.
Oh god.
It's just such a natural maneuver at this point.
Yeah, it's a
dagger,
nice
like, on my
fresh
chest.
body that's
Like, I
not
like the
mollified.
Hey,
Blood spurt.
it's all in good faith.
You just snap a finger off, palm it. I mean, dwarven hands.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
say
easy.
anything.
So it's okay to desecrate a corpse if we're going to bring him back to life as an elf later. That's what you're saying.
It's all in good faith, Stade. What else am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
It was
Maybe it was his
clean.
fate.
Did you want to do it?
I wouldn't have.
Exactly.
Anyway, we found the rope. We took the rope just in case it wasn't his rope, or
What?
I took the rope to clean up for Mr. Fabat. So we weren't such of a worry. Like I said, there was no blood, no struggle. Everything was okay in the room. You should be able to rent it tonight.
and I had the thought that perhaps if it belonged to one of the golden masks,
Wait.
you could use it to find
All
them.
there.
Yeah, he was.
Ow.
Yeah.
You were upstairs.
Yeah.
That woman. I saw her come down.
Find peace.
She's still at the bar.
He frowns. Is she? I sent her away.
She was in
Why would
your
she
arms
still be
screaming the last time I saw her, man.
In your
She was
arms.
into my arms.
Wow,
I was just
open.
opening the door for her.
She seemed to fall into them as the body swung down.
I wanted to see what was taking the Viper so long.
I just look back at you and like smirk when you
He
say that.
smiles. He says, I spent my time with her.
Yeah. But
You didn't
hear
hear
anything.
I heard a lot of things.
See anyone else upstairs?
Upstairs, where the Viper was hanged.
He was hanged upstairs.
Hey, what room were you in upstairs?
The one at the end of the hall. 6.
This one was in the middle.
You didn't hear anything.
I had to pick the lock myself.
I tried to ask him earlier, but he couldn't even
What?
read my mind.
Why would you pick the lock?
So
So
we
it's
didn't have to pay
locked?
for the room, I saw.
I only used it for a moment.
That's a crime.
I laugh.
I left it the same way it was. Even cleaned it a bit.
I'm
You should
sure
like
not
him more,
even
man.
that's true.
He's gonna get us wound up in jail again.
Me? You're the ones with dead bodies.
I told you I'm not going back to jail.
Exactly.
Like step forward and close Viper's
I just shake my-
shut.
I just shake my head at
Shake
it.
my head.
Rest
too.
well, my friend.
It's like blood pumping out of his broken finger.
Yeah, good job.
Whoa. Whoa.
He's less than like 20 minutes dead. He broke his
How's it
finger off.
pumping out? There's
He's not even
nothing
riggered.
pumping.
He's not even riggered. We can like pose him if we want a funny pose.
Fucked up, dude.
Open the door, get on the
It
floor.
gets boring in the graveyard sometimes.
That's true.
Just
I-
put him in the
Better
corner.
than humping him.
Why are you acting squeamish?
What?
You snapped fingers off before, I'm sure.
Sometimes the coffins aren't the right size.
Say,
level,
Hakeem,
you have to
go get
big
Mr.
shoulders
Fabat.
and cut legs. And,
Right. I walk out of the. I like walk out of the.
I'm not
car.
paying him this time.
I'll pay him.
You paid him last time.
Plus, you owe me some gold for that
Yes.
scry I paid for and never got done.
Wait, what?
The Viper, I paid him.
Sure. When you
150
find his
gold.
chest, your money will be in
Why didn't
there.
you
can
ask
get
him
your
about
own
it?
refund.
I did.
Well, did he find them?
Didn't get a chance.
All right, I walked outside.
They
Look
acted
for,
quickly.
to look outside for Mr. Fabat.
Okay. Give me a
Perception.
perception.
26.
Yes, you see him at the front. Seems as he's having a conversation with a few gentlemen in green robes.
Oh my god.
I walk over there.
Okay. You walk over there. When you break the main crowd, Mr. Fabat says, "He's one of them!" and points a heavy finger in your direction. And they say, "Sir, come here!" A few guards of the town watch stroll in, green robed.
I'll obey him. I'll walk over there.
He says, this one here. And he says, yes, he's one of them, one of the newest ones. God says, easy now. Turns back. Where are the rest of your companions? Tell us now.
Can I sense motive real quick?
Sure.
Nat 20. 34.
You believe that these guards more than likely are responding to a death and are looking to see the culprits. You know that your comrades have been known for a bit of murder in the area recently.
Just a slight bit of murder.
Slight.
It's just a little bit of murder.
Whoa.
There was a bit of
side
connections
dash.
to a bloodied demon creature that killed a number of priests. That was once a member of the
Some
group.
bookcases.
Interesting.
We took
We
care
got a
of that.
bad rep.
They have a bad
Our
rap.
name's cleared.
And these guards seem, by your sense motive, to be intent on finding them
Our name's
and
cleared.
prosecuting.
Damn. Can't lie. I can't lie.
Why
So-
would you lie?
Can't. So, I'll just respectfully and calmly say. Sorry. I'll respectfully and calmly say they're in the kitchen along with the body.
Oh, there's a body in the kitchen.
Damn,
We're going to put you in manticles now.
For
Under
what?
arrest.
Why am I under arrest?
Death. And one of the guards goes to move to grab you. The other one turns and goes start moving towards the kitchen.
I don't resist.
Okay. He'll manticle both hands behind your back and then push you forward. He says, "Father out to the captain."
Say again.
I said, it'll push you. Follow after the captain.
I follow after the captain.
There is a moving towards the doorway. The silk cloth is moved back and beads shimmer. A member of the town watch steps in, green robed. You've seen these gentlemen more than a few times now.
Just look at him.
Give me knowledge local if you have it.
I say immediately when he walks, I say, "Oh, good, they're finally here."
29.
Fuck. 36.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think he can just be good at everything, huh?
I'm supposed to be good, and I was like,
You can identify this one figure more by his pristine uniform and amount of awards unevenly shown. They wouldn't be very good in a fight. You can tell this person is obviously of some rank. You know a captain.
"Say, Captain."
He steps
I
in.
nod. Say,
Yes.
glad you're here.
I will offer him a distinct bow.
He looks at you.
So I'm sure we'll have the answers to
I'll
most
put
of
my
your
spear and my
questions.
shield away when he walks in.
He gives a look around. You see Akeem pushed in. He has manacles on. There's 2 guards following after him.
I'll just try to ignore it and keep my focus
He
on.
looks.
So is that really necessary?
He says, "I believe so." He
Say,
looks.
stay.
And there's a dead body in here. He says, "Yes, put all your weapons down."
Say,
Looks.
yes, we tried to get him out of the main area to keep the people calm.
I'm sure you did. He steps over and looks.
Say, we went
and,
to go leave
turns his head to look at him.
we went to go leave the building, and this man was hanging.
You want me to believe this man hanged himself?
No.
You probably couldn't have after the bolts to the chest. Or back. I didn't see which way they went in, did you, Mo?
Huh?
I said I wasn't sure. It didn't seem to which way they went in.
Say, I wasn't sure, but I did speak with him after death.
Oh, you did you? And
Yes.
turns fully around at you after looking at the bolts on his chest.
Yes. Tried to ask him who did this. Say all he
what did
could-
he say?
I don't look at him. Something funny.
He looks. Says, "You are the well-known Sand Scarabs of Wadi." Says, "Now you came to deal with our crime as well." Says, "Caused enough of it."
Say, well, the Hatia seems to approve of our latest actions.
So does she?
Say, I've become quite acquaintances with her.
I'm sure she wouldn't hang out with you, rabble.
At least one of the wings of the Pharaoh does, though.
He looks over at you. The Muminafra.
Yes, she's expecting us in Salthus any day now. Smile out.
He looks at you. Says, "You are vermin." And you said you spoke to him. Can you even do that?
Can you even understand that?
He frowns. Says, "I see a lot of talk."
Say, either way, I did speak with him.
And all he could say was that there was gold masks. And the last thing that he saw was a busy street.
More of these gold mask figures.
That's what he says.
What curse have you brought to our city?
Say no curse. Just a crime that's gotten out of control.
And looks.
Okay. Say,
We have to bury him now.
would you like to know where they are?
The City Watch will deal with the body. Check up on your information. And he says, unmanacle him.
I can tell you where these gold masks are.
He starts unhooking your manacles. Rougher than you'd probably like.
Mm.
He says, you can. Says, where?
South. An island. They're there.
Says, what island?
Right outside of the city.
Seems we'll be headed there to take care of your problem again.
And then calls another, I'm sure.
Say, no.
Well, you're in the center of a crime scene.
We'll get out of your way, Captain. I
Take your mutt with you, too. And looks over at Lucky.
Say, come on, Lucky. Ignore him.
No,
I
he's
like
really
say
out of
it
line.
like-
He's a fine breed.
He kind of scours at you all.
I like you.
I like massaging massaging my wrists.
I'm just shaking my head judgingly.
Meanwhile, Lucky's like, I would have bit his hand off human.
Exactly, Optimus Prime.
Come at me.
Powerful bite. That's a powerful bite.
Sand Scarab. Roll
You'll
up.
find yourselves in the main bar, restaurant part of the inn. A number of eyes looking in a direction.
I'll laugh. See how daft they were. Put you in chains and think they restrained you. Bet you could spin kick both of them down.
I mean, I could have, but it wouldn't have been the right thing to do.
You're right, it wouldn't have.
Right thing to do. Would've
State
taught them a
doesn't know how to
lesson.
deal with local authorities.
You trust them too much. We didn't check them for masks.
It's
They
likely
could've been
because
hiding
of him
behind
we
our
ended
hoods.
up in jail the first time.
They asked where you were. I had no choice. I had to tell them.
I
Falling just
wanted
like
you
that.
to. You did the right thing.
I'll nod.
Say, look, we're walking out of here.
So are we heading to this place then?
Middle of the day.
What else are we gonna do?
You might as well rest, collect supplies. I'm sure it'll be dangerous there.
Are we even sure they're people like us? Do they sleep?
So we have
Eat.
everything we need.
We've killed them.
Yes, and they turned into balls of fire and leapt at buildings.
Nearly killed us too. Well, I don't know about you all. At least me.
Is waiting really going to do us any favors? I mean, we know where they are, and they don't know that we know.
Could at least go with the cover of night.
I'll nod.
Wise.
It would be a bit cooler then.
What?
Going to hire a boat.
Oh, no need for that. I can just conjure one.
You can conjure a boat?
I'll nod.
I'll start laughing. What?
A boat.
Maybe they are more useful than I thought.
I can
Made out of what?
reeds and river debris. Trust me, it's.
So you can lash a raft. You're saying you can make a raft?
I'll nod. But it's far better than any boat you could hire here.
How
Trust
good.
me. Perfect. I'll just smile.
Finally, figure something real out about these golden masks.
It's a wondrous thing, isn't
We're
it?
just trusting the Viper then.
It
The
would be
dead
able to
can't lie.
coast silently through the waters.
I didn't think he was.
Onto them.
Seems sincere.
Through them.
I suppose he wants to get his killers just as much as we do.
See, we're
He wants his chest back, I know that much.
And they most likely took it.
That's what I... Yes.
I'm sorry, Mo. I wasn't listening.
If we're going to wait until night, I'd like to go to the markets and grab a little something.
I already suggested that.
I'll nod. Shall we go together?
With the Keen's plan then. To the markets.
Y'all head towards the
Well,
market and
these
start-
gold masks around, we should stick together at least.
Right, no splitting up.
It's cool,
Y'all head as a group
always
out.
To the market, yeah. Need to get out of this place. It's starting to get stuffy.
Eyes are looking at you. People are
course they
staring at you and whispering. When you get outside, there is a small group of gathered individuals that like look at you. I'll get a mixed emotion. Some people seem like trying to hide their kids from you.
So no need to worry. We've handled the situation. Like a smile.
Killed another one of us.
I'm like, what? Like look confused.
I like
Like who
frown.
was that? No. I'd say.
All the people around you looked sympathetic.
Oh gosh.
All right. Head into the marketplace.
Don't even know.
I'm sure we'll find great deals tonight.
I chuckle at that.
Always an optimist.
Always the bridesmaids.
So, what are y'all looking for? Back to the shops.
I would like to acquire 200 gold's worth of diamond dust.
200 gold? Give me a diplomacy for gathering information.
Can I
Is
take
there
a
the rest of you?
10?
Ooh, you can try.
18.
Alright. You can't find it from the same merchant. You actually have to go to 3 different ones to purchase that much diamond dust. Some you purchase like actual larger diamonds and intend to just like, break them up
Crush
later.
With their own selves.
Exactly. Break diamonds with diamonds. I guess that's the only way to do it.
It's the only way to do it.
I think if you hit diamonds at certain angles that they'll fracture.
I don't know if you can chisel 2 diamond. I don't.
I know granite could break down.
Topic for a podcast. To
True.
revisit it.
Okay.
Can we break diamonds? We'll find out next week.
All right. Can't scratch a diamond, but you can break it.
Anything else? Anyone else searching for wares? And then the intent.
I have nothing to buy. But
I'm just kind of lingering with him,
Yeah.
keeping an eye out on
Can you all give me perceptions?
the flock.
Can I get 2 potions of cure moderate?
So give me that diplomacy, what you just rolled.
Diplomacy.
I'm gonna actually gonna get 1,000 gold worth of oils.
And give me a diplomacy.
I got a. What is it? I got a 15 on diplomacy.
Okay.
Did
What
you
2
still
potions?
Cure moderate.
Did you still want that, what do you call it? Perception?
Not from you.
Okay.
You're searching.
Oh,
You're
and I won't.
buying.
is Al with us?
Al is with you.
I'm just looking at him, going Al, hey Al, hey Al, 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 hey Al, in my head, just in my head.
Sense motive
45.
for your perception.
15.
And I am keeping a stern eye out.
You can find that many oils. Actually, your Osiria is known for its incense, so you know the right shops to go to.
Cool.
You've been in Wadi and Tefu merchants and purchased similar stuff now. I have a good idea where to buy it. And you can find both of those potions, Tori. Cure moderates.
And I want 8 more candles.
8 more candles. Okay. Silver candles?
No, just regular ordinary candles.
Okay.
I got a 24 on my sense motive.
Okay. And your perception?
45.
45. You were scanning the rooftops. As you look around the group, you can see all of them interacting as such. Al does seem to be having a keen eye for the crowd. While you were doing that, you saw he looked over at you for a second, and his eyes twitched over, and he looked at you funny for a second, and then moved away from you. And you thought him read you.
Okay. Right. I'll leave it alone.
You like staring at him. Yeah, like
I'll leave it alone for now and just start complaining about the guards again. He's like, how do you know they're not golden masked, you know?
I'm just bodyguarding at this point where I'm just standing looking around.
I'd be pacing near him, talking about this.
Al.
No, Mo, just talking to him. They could have been golden masked. You could have told
I'm
me
just
we know
letting
where their
them
hideout is.
rant. I'm trying to keep an eye out.
Al says,
Gotta
they
listen.
probably are. That captain was a dick.
Yeah, he sure was. And if I'm not a resident of Tefu, I have to listen to their laws, though. I don't have a house here, claim residency.
How does that not make sense to you? I told you everywhere we step is the Pharaohs. It doesn't matter where you are.
You have to obey laws no matter where you are.
If we went to wherever he's from, I'm sure they would expect us to follow their laws.
Yeah, how do you
Same
all
for
do
where
it in
you're from.
Taldor.
Or you just follow your own law. Al smiles.
Starting to like the sound of that more and more, but
Yeah, throwing bodies in rivers. I bet you do.
that's the one thing you keep getting hung up on. Of all the things. That's
Bodies
the
in
one thing.
rivers.
Not the holes in Hassan.
I'll nod. Oh,
Like I was able
I
to.
like look at my shirt. Can you mend this?
You can't mend.
No.
There's a lot going on at once there.
Did you finish buying your stuff again?
I did.
If he says that, so, but I would clean the wine
You
off
catch
of you.
the obviously smile back and forth of ha ha ha. You know I can do this. Yeah. Sorry.
Me too.
I'll prestidigitation your clothes clean.
Don't nod.
Oh, wow.
So he's
The
got
wine off.
wine all
I
over
only-
him.
I prestidigitation it clean
Oh.
when he asked for the mending. I said
Aw.
no, fix that no, but this I cleaned you back to.
Magic.
I said no, a trick, arcane, hokum,
Get us something cheaper. And
What's the difference?
Al will like reach over to you.
arcane
and
magic.
mend
Anyone can
your
learn.
hold.
You can learn it, even though you hate it.
Really?
Thank you.
Sure.
And, like look at you. Says, yep. Perfect
It's a
costume.
wizard school.
You're a priest, right?
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yes.
The divine though,
Yes.
it's just a spark you're born with or given. Not much of a choice. Real magic.
Why do you ask?
Like
Just
Malachi.
making sure.
That's smart when you say that.
And I'm pretty sure even Mo.
I'm like,
What?
And Hassan.
what?
Magic, the right type, divine. From the gods themselves. Unarguable.
Oh, not this again.
Well, it's true.
I mean, you see what you get with the arcane. I'll start laughing at it.
Yeah. At least I won't burst into a rock, Sasha.
I'll nod.
Not yet.
I'll just cough and go. I'll just
Well,
cough when he says that.
What he says is accurate. If
I
any of
won't be
us
making any
die,
deals.
I could turn everyone into one.
What?
Maybe one day.
I'll look at it.
I just shake my head.
That's the thing.
If we're lucky.
Jesus.
You can bring back from the dead and turn into things, so I'll turn into a thing.
I like nudge you.
Maybe.
So like nods as if he thinks that might be possible.
Do you like
Might be. I mean,
you got
Never
in
know.
character or out of character?
in character? Speaking of, that's all.
All right, so y'all do a good amount of purchasing.
Making your own
Doing
Sure,
some
if your
time
faith
in
is
the
strong
dead
enough.
and
is just as good as anyone you could buy.
Y'all want to talk a little bit louder.
Sorry. He asked me about finding or making holy symbols.
Okay. You wish to make a holy symbol
I was thinking about it.
of what god?
Yes, I'll like think for a minute. It might be an issue if it's one of your Jamaray gods.
What do you mean, like one of our Jamaray gods?
They might not see any worship here, so you might indeed have to make something of your own. Unless you were thinking of making a symbol to say, watch it, and like hold up my own and smile. And then I'm sure you'd be able to find one in the market stalls anywhere.
I just look at you with a blank, with just a blank stare on my face, and no, not watch it.
Then who?
You ever heard of a god called Rory before?
Knowledge religion?
Sure.
10.
God.
That sounds like a very foreign god to you.
No. I haven't.
Most of the monks,
Could be common knowledge. It's a major god.
he's a major god.
I rolled a 3.
I just meant because 10's common knowledge.
True.
Mm.
Mm.
Wait, check.
But, huh?
Y'all can continue with your roleplay. Why I check something.
I don't know, it's a bit fuzzy. Is that one of your foreign gods?
It's not really foreign. It's worshipped everywhere.
I'll like think about it again. I've devoted so much of myself to the old. I don't think I've ever heard it.
I mean, it's understandable. There's certain gods I've never heard of either. I've never heard of any of the old gods until I met you and Malakath.
Fair enough.
It was just a thought. I'm not really.
Well, if he's as common as you say, she,
It's a he.
he, I'm sure you might be able to find something in the markets.
I'll keep my eyes out.
So you wish to look for a holy symbol.
I'll look. I only said Rory, but I'm going to look for 2 separate holy symbols.
Okay.
If I can find them. One of Rory and one of Desna.
Okay. Gather information.
16. Let's gather information. What is
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Yep, that's what I got. So 16.
16. Both of those are common enough gods to find holy symbols for. But of what quality are you searching? How much are you looking to spend? You see everything ranging from the simplest stone carving with leather twine to ornate jeweled gold pieces
Aurora
that
was
are
more.
gaudy.
Aurora was more just a thought because back where I'm from, you don't really worship him like say Stade would, like praying or whatever. You worship by, trying to attain self-perfection in a way.
Mm-hmm. So it's more of a symbol.
Yeah, it's more of a symbol. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once I find that, I'll probably just purchase the Desna one.
Okay.
Above average quality.
Okay. Painted wings upon it are very pretty. You can get it for 15 gold.
Okay, I'll take that.
All in.
Is it just a symbol, or is it a necklace, or a piece, or what is it?
It's a long twine of metal that is attached through it. You could either wrap it across your arm, the merchant shows you, or you could put it around your neck.
Can I wrap it around the upper part of my?
You could put it around your arm, yeah. You
Okay.
can totally tie it around your arm.
I'll do that.
Bicep.
It takes some time.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Say Jada shit.
Well, that's all for my shopping. How about everyone else?
Yeah.
See, I think I found all the oils I need.
So 30.
Oh,
What time of day is it roughly? Evening or?
Y'all were set pretty similar to the current time when y'all woke up. It was early morning as y'all were walking through the streets originally. It's probably a little past midday-ish, maybe an hour or so one.
About half past murder.
Half past murder. Nice.
You can feel the city's a bit warmer as it was close to noon, but it's cooling down now.
Find somewhere safe to go
No.
till it's time, or we wish to. Does anybody have anything particular they want to do?
I'm ready to go whenever.
No.
Hal says, what exactly are we going to do before we beat around the bush about it?
I don't know what we're walking into on that island. Say, but the plan is to at least go there and see
Oh yeah, you're good.
what's there.
Might be a bit dangerous, but couldn't Malakath turn into a bird and fly there?
Oh yes.
They might be watching though. You never
Not-
know. And there's always that Phoenix to worry about. Not Phoenix. That what is it?
Sphinx.
That flying thing.
Oh.
Yes,
We
yes.
want to get trapped near a bunch of gold mask island without the rest of you anyway.
I'm nodding.
Yeah.
So how far is it again?
Do a knowledge geography.
Sure.
I'll pull out my map for assistance.
Map.
I'm a map. I'm a map.
I'll just take it for safety.
Listen, I'm all one for being an agent of fate. and
26 on the geo.
delivering the judgment those deserve, but we had to run from them in the end. There were too many. We couldn't stand fight. They overwhelmed us. And to head right to their hideout or camp of sorts.
We don't know how many are there.
So we just rush in like goblins, strike and then retreat when we get overwhelmed.
No.
Maybe we
What'd you
can.
get on Geo?
26.
You know, for a few miles south of Tefu and north of Tefu, that there are farms of locals, and for agricultural means, normally islands are offshooted when the farm builds out as far as it can go. So you know, for like the next 5 miles, islands are common. Of where exactly in which island that they might be concealed among a number of reeded sections.
There's no like prominent island. It's big.
There are equally sized islands, but nothing of significant name.
Gotcha. So come to think of it, there's so many islands for miles south of here.
You might
Maybe like 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know how many times we could do it before that mirror tarnishes, but we could scry them. We know they're on an island, and there's so many of them together.
Was that rope that you had before one of theirs? Maybe we can use that.
I don't. The rope was with the body. They probably took it.
Oh, you left it there.
So it's worth a shot, but we have to do it tomorrow.
Hmm.
At least we can see how many of them there were. They had catapults or something aiming at us. We don't know what to expect.
I'm sure
How
they're
long
ready.
have they been here? Weeks.
Probably longer. It could be a permanent type thing. They're everywhere.
So if we went down the river at night, we'd see their campfires.
I think they'd be a little more discreet than that.
Maybe
Maybe
They've been
not.
weeks.
I think you're making too much sense, Al. If they're people, like we're thinking, they have to eat.
Like I said,
they get cold.
I wanted to go at night anyway.
Well, I should mention this sounds like it's going to take a while. I think at most right now I could only have us a conjured vessel for about 11 hours.
Should be fine.
Half a day at best.
Shouldn't take us the whole night to find them and push them down the river.
Would you please stop saying that?
He smiles.
So what are you saying? Do we get time to rest then and prepare? If I could pray to
Few hours.
Pharasma again, I could change the way we do things, I guess. So if you don't want to wait till that time in the morning and we go now, we can go now. I'm ready.
We're gonna go at night.
I know. Is that night after I pray or before?
What if they move off?
The only way they'd leave is if they know that we know that they're there.
We're searching for them.
They could be looking at us again now.
With who?
Unless that was who they used last time. That was the
It
only way
is.
they had. So we're more powerful than them, you mean?
Of course
Simple
we are.
druid from the dunes and a silver mirror. And we're stronger than they are.
Of course we're stronger than they are.
We're the Sand Scarabs. I'll say
Yeah,
that
let's hit them quick and hard.
We shouldn't underestimate them either. Remember what happened last time we ran across a few of them.
Can you bring that creature down?
Oh, I can bring him down. It's fine.
I mean the Sphinx.
Yeah, I don't have any of those potions.
Don't we have to fight its riddles, not only its claws and beak?
Wasn't going to answer any questions it asked, if you know what I mean.
Maybe we can just speak with it after it's dead, right, man?
I don't think things can find blizzards very
Shoot
well.
first and speak with
Blizzards.
it later.
That's well.
Where do we want to
Should
go in the
dress
meantime?
I say we should head there. as
No, I
quick
wouldn't
as
put
we
you in
can.
that.
Start on the path.
I thought we were supposed to go there in the cover of night.
It's a midday.
What's up, Blizzard?
You know what a blizzard is?
I
So
like.
Malakath makes many snowballs and they fall from the sky.
What's a snowball?
Stay
You're
the
from
back.
here, right?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't know what that is.
That's what you say to him?
Yeah.
I love it.
Guess I'll find out.
So y'all are intending to do what?
It may take us till nightfall just to search all these islands. If they're common, as you say.
At least they won't see us doing it.
True.
We're still in the market, right?
You're in the new city.
So should we just
You
go
moved
back
kind
to
of out of the market once you stop purchasing things because people continuously berate you to sell you something.
See, I don't know about you all,
Continuously.
but we're better out of the way of the sight and the way of everybody. We should just go back to the pillar until it's time to go.
I don't think we're much welcome at the inn anymore, anyway.
Keep using the pillar, it might make it obvious after a while.
I'm sure people see us go in and out of it. We've already
Not like
gone
we
there
can
multiple
open
times.
it anyway, right?
So
Exactly.
We couldn't even see the door.
Why
We
don't
knew
we-
it was there.
Neither of us could.
Why
I
don't we
didn't
just
even try.
spend the rest of the afternoon at that library? Said it was 75 gold to get in, right?
Something like that.
Shrug. Doing a bit of reading always helps pass the time.
It's not a bad idea either.
What are
There are
we
guards
about
there,
this
right?
time?
Kind of with Alan, this one. I'm tired of the books. We have the eyes of magic and the words of the dead to guide us.
You've already had access to the most valuable books. What's
See,
the
what
regular
we did-
library gonna offer now?
There's Nethys guards there,
I think
aren't
he
there?
was just talking about taking up the time, literally reading.
Like, nod.
Just gonna nap on the stairwell in the pillar.
Yeah, Mo's got better books in a bag than that library will ever have.
Yeah,
Have you actually gone through them all yet? How many do you even have?
a good bit.
Once a
No,
while.
that's
Once we get back to the pillar,
Do need to return those too.
No, start heading towards the pillar.
Hassan, you can scribe scrolls, right?
I'll nod.
And so I can tell you a spell and you can write it down for me.
I'll nod.
One that you couldn't cast, but I could.
Yeah. I like say with a sly smile.
Say, oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, if it's a very particularly powerful spell, I might need to get some more components.
I mean, like back to the market.
I like
All the
nod.
shouting and bargaining.
And it would probably take more than a few hours. I have enough on me as is to maybe make something of, what would you call it? Lesser power. Potency, perhaps.
Quick enough that it can aid us tonight.
Yeah.
See, what are you thinking? Say, speaking of that, reminds me, gotta put something in my shield.
Put something in it.
It holds a certain level of spell.
Your shield holds spells?
Yes.
I didn't even know items could hold spells.
I'm going to text you something, maybe.
So you can do that before we go tonight.
Actually, I'll write it down on a notepad.
Well, aid us, and sure, yeah.
So y'all find yourselves at the pillar. So y'all open the door.
Can I like attempt to look for it and look for the? I know he's like done it multiple times, but can I attempt to look for the device just when we walk up there, just to see if I can do it? Of course not. Of course not.
Yes.
I don't see it.
You check the wrong column. Or wrong pillar. He walks the area and turns to the right when you should turn left.
I'll just shake my head.
The door opens behind you. As you look at Mo.
How do you do it?
See, I told you. Someone points and says.
Same spot every time.
And then two people kind of look. They catch eyes with you and then start moving off.
I'll like wave. No.
They'll like wave.
Let's just hang a golden
That's
mask
gonna be
and a
our
blue
home.
feather on top of the pillar.
That's gonna
as
be
well.
our
Let 'em know
home.
right where we are.
Do you know some kids are gonna
You want to get in? Can you get in? Show me how you get in there.
Oh, for
Just hold the door.
Just show me how you get in
No, I
there.
can't.
That
You're
one
right.
kid's gonna get lucky.
Please don't shut
Nat
it off.
20 perception. That one little kid. It's like, they're
Like
gone.
5 kids go down there.
To the dark lands.
It'd be a great story.
That would be awesome.
They come out
How
as
it got
great
started.
adventurers.
Yeah. As you all head in, the doors close, creating torches. They're taking out magical spells to create light. Y'all walk down the steps again. So the intent is just to rest and gain your energy for the time this be spent soon.
Rest
I would
until
like
like
to
dusk, then head
a
out.
little
So
bit
like,
of your rations
Yeah.
and such.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
so like by the time it gets dark, we're like,
I'm gonna take this
working
time
on the
to
coastline or whatever.
put iron skin in my shield as well as draw a sketch of owl. So it'll be my first rock slasher sketch.
Okay.
Maybe
He's
they
gonna
can
like
dance.
lean against the wall.
Yeah, I'll tell it. Yeah, I'll tell
I
him.
have
Leaning against the wall,
250
like has
worth
his
of
hands
components.
like both holding his quarterstaff
Yeah,
backwards, I guess.
and then I will cast iron skin in there for later. I just did
Whoa.
second. level.
Anyone else have crafting or magical items to use?
I think I'm gonna dictate a scroll for you to scribe. Is that
Mhm.
how
I'm
it
gonna
works?
take
Basically,
I'll
I would prepare
draw
all
now.
of the,
It's got 17.
the vellums and the magical inks, and you would infuse the paper with magic as I begin to scribe it.
You are obviously becoming a quality skilled artist, even when you're just sketching.
Sketching. Cool. That's good progress.
It's just a level 1 endure elements.
I'll also include Akeem and Hassan
Okay.
in my, especially like when I go back in detail, because they're only gonna be in the newest one. So
Okay.
You got my new symbol in there too?
You know,
Is that only 25 gold?
it's.
Level 1 spell,
Bryce, I
level
forgot
1 caster?
I forgot to ask you, like what,
I think so.
25 gold?
like what dictates what like color it is or anything like that? Or
What color? What is?
the holy symbol, or would it just be this? Is that same?
Is that it?
It's the same color as the holy symbol of the book.
You can obviously purchase one colored as you wish. If you wanted orange or purple or light blue.
Okay, can I just- Describe.
So maybe on
Sure.
the lighter side.
What were you looking for?
It was like green with like purple motives around it.
Okay. Yeah, surely. And you were looking for one with jewels and gold on it, or no?
Not jewels and gold. No, not like gaudy shit. Just a higher quality, not like bedazzled all over the fucking place. You know
So
what I mean?
quality,
but
natural,
classy.
items.
classy.
Yeah.
I want
Classic.
I want the last. I don't want the fucking gemstones to just be falling off it and shit like that. You know.
No, I hear you. You can surely find one that looks of the quality that you want.
Okay.
So after I had cast Endure Elements on the scroll that Hassan was writing, I noticed Malakath seems worse for wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been worse for it.
Say, why don't you say something, my friend? And I'll
So
touch
you
him
know
and
I'm
heal him.
stubborn.
So,
Ooh.
for about 2 hours after you'd
Um,
infused this,
only the first
scroll
level's
with
supposed
the
to be
power,
plus 5,
I'd
so
begin
13.
No, it's supposed to be your caster.
drawing up the
And
like
max plus
arcane
five,
His
that's
max
runes
is 5
Okay.
so level 1.
involved
It's
binding
13, but
it,
you get half
And
as
what
more,
spell
that's
was
6, so 19.
endure elements.
Okay.
Like
Should I make a scroll of it?
It'd take about 2
Thank
hours.
you, Fred.
2 hours? Okay.
How are you looking at?
I'm great.
Okay.
After
I
healing
am
him, you
great.
perform their duties needed to bind the scroll with the magic before he makes the arcane inscriptions.
Divine inscriptions.
Divine inscriptions.
That's the only reason I asked him.
Actually, it's like a hybrid at this point, isn't it?
No,
it's
divine
computer
scrolls
level.
can only be used by divine casters, and arcane scrolls can only be used by arcane
okay, then
casters.
yes. Arcane, it's more of like prayers in the right order in symphony. Okay. 2 hours shall pass. I'll give it another 3 to make sure it's good and dark,
Yeah.
and then head out into the city again.
So I cast that spell for all intents and purposes.
You make
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
cast it?
Yeah,
You've
okay.
expended the
I
spell
just
slot
felt
for
Oh,
the
okay.
day.
Yeah.
Just like I spent mine to put it in the
The shield.
shield.
You basically stored it in the scroll, but the next day you get the spell slot back, and the
Right,
scroll
and the
stays
scroll's still there.
enchanted.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
It's
Got
the
it.
stack.
It's also, yeah. In response, I will cast the spell. Okay.
Yes.
So
All about the stack.
you all head into the old city. It's night. You see lantern lighters moving through the street, but it seems as if all the lights were on. They're just double checking that none got blown out thus far.
Hmm.
They kind of glance in your direction. Oil lamps. They're dressed in white. Their heads covered. It's dark. And they kind of look in your direction. And you're a bright source of light as y'all all come out.
I like
Thinking
let,
on that.
let everybody exit and then shut it.
You close the door. Like the guy stares for a minute, and then like shakes and like walks in your direction.
Everybody ready?
I'll nod. Actually, Al, you remember that thing you did in the Darklands that let us see in the dark?
Yes.
You think you could do that to all of us again? If we could travel the waters without any light sources, make things a lot easier for us, I think.
But then I can do less.
How much less?
Less.
Well, I guess we only really need one person steering the boat, and you can see in the dark, right?
Not. You just row.
I'll nod.
So, ooh, we're like pirates.
River pirates.
We're not pirates.
Those pirates.
Pirates.
Just kidding. Jesus.
Don't
Think
kid
it'd be
around
nice-
him, he'll take you seriously.
So you thought it was fun.
I think it'll be nicer than the raft 2 Tefu. He barely rode, man. Just had a stick. Pushed along the bottom.
I
So he
mean,
was quite good.
I'm
It's
sure.
more like coasting than climbing back up, in essence.
Well, it'll look much worse for wear, but trust me, Wadget's divine grace will bring us through any river hazard we might face. We'll coast straight through the reeds as if they weren't even there.
I hope so.
So, where should we go set off?
Just follow me. I'll start heading like the
Towards the dock.
yeah.
Okay. Y'all start heading towards the river. Out of the old city, through the new city, then through almost 100-foot section of like wooded board supports that go out the docks that just go over farmland that's not currently wet. Y'all find a number of small rafts sitting on the dock, and there seems to be a number of like sailors that are sitting there, Syrian. They're kind of just talking and drinking, sitting on crates and barrels. There's like a woman or two in the
I'll
company.
wave at some people.
Huh?
I'll wave at them as we go in.
I mean, they'll like raise drinks or like laugh, obviously drinking in the night.
Like,
Find an
walk
empty spot, I guess.
Walk out on the dock where we can like get to some water.
Yeah, y'all can find yourself on the dock.
Say, alright, Hassan.
I'll like look in the water for a moment and like scoop up a like piece of driftwood or like a sprig of any plant matter that might be floating through the water,
Okay.
and like just sort of hold it out in front of me. My robes will begin to glow as I use their magical effect to cast one scroll that I have on my person as a spell that spontaneously. And I will use this. And basically reeds and river debris will just start flying up from the river and like straight up from the bed, like glowing a pale green light as I just start like stepping out off the dock and slowly walking across the raft as it just constructs itself beneath my feet into this like long like slab of driftwood and reeds.
Yes.
I'll be the first one to step on it. I'll be the first one to try it.
Okay.
It takes about 1 minute to cast entirely, so it's like a slow procession.
Okay, so you have to cast it,
Yeah.
and it starts building up while you're standing on the dock.
Right.
And then you'll step on it, and it'll be buoyant. And you'll kind of all step on. How many does it say it can hold?
I believe at this level it can hold 8 people.
8 people?
300 pounds per 5-foot section, and it's 4 5-foot sections now.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Skaven, but it can be.
1,200 pounds.
And it says 2 people can be in the 5-foot sections.
Nice.
Is it like, wait, so is it glowing or anything, or is it just,
It stops glowing
It
once I
was-
finish casting it.
so it's just a boat now?
Yeah, I'll step
Yeah.
onto it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get
Try to
Is
it.
that,
get like a
Wadjet symbol,
home
is that like a
position.
Wadjet symbol on its mast or whatever, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Lucky's a bit
Reeds
hesitant
intertwined.
on the boat.
Lucky's hesitant
Like
to
guide
be the
along.
8th to get on the boat, I believe.
I'm a bit
2,
wary
4,
as well.
6, 7.
Yeah.
It's not in style, but I suppose it'll work.
I like
It
sit.
looks like it's trying to mimic a boat. It's best. It floats.
So you can control the waves.
Do the
the
sailors
river,
do
make
anything?
it go.
You
It's
see one of, like, they're looking, like, wide-eyed, like, push the women to the side. Even an angry, like, sailor kind of stands up and's looking. Oh.
it's more that the river itself doesn't even affect it. I like smile.
Wow.
So the river moves around it, and we get where we're going.
I'll nod.
I mean,
I mean-
is the goddess of the river.
It'll coast roughly at the same speed as the river would.
I suppose if you want any blessings on the Sphinx River, it would be Wadjets you want.
Exactly. But if we wanted
Step
to
on.
actually get anywhere upriver, we'd actually have to row it. Otherwise, it would just remain motionless.
Seems pretty normal.
So you want us to row it?
I think we all should. Well, Mode tells us which way to go.
Okay.
So you can fashion us some oars.
I'll like stamp on the raft for a second, and like driftwood oars will spring up from the sides and through the side of the
They're
raft.
crafted from what looks like aging seaweed. You grab on them, they're spongy but tough.
I'll huff as like I didn't expect that to happen. And
Wow.
grab one.
Impressive.
Just
Shove
one
it
of
out.
Wadjet's many gifts. I'll like sit down and take one of the oars and begin rowing.
I'll grab one.
Y'all will
Grab
all
one.
get in the boat, start the oar, and go which
South.
direction?
Knowledge Geo.
Okay.
I will assist,
I will
26. I'll
assist.
just take a 10.
and I'll take a 10 to assist, which does
I'll take a 10 to assist, it does.
30.
Okay. Y'all head south.
We're all rowing.
Hey.
Looking for like any signs of life, like campfires, maybe smokes.
Oh, I need a strength test from the oars.
Oh,
How many oars
shit.
can it be?
Oh, shit.
And I need a perception test.
Yeah.
I will be the first one to get out of roaring if it's possible, but there's only needs to be 4.
It functions as a normal raft,
He can fight
so
You can buy 4. We'll see. Let's go side. Very bad.
Strength.
plus 2.
Count.
about 4 oars for propulsion.
Alright, guys, let's
I'm
roll them
stronger
strengths.
than now, I guess.
Strengths.
God.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Roll 'em right now.
Roll them right now. Oh,
Oh.
God.
So
It's
strong.
so gross.
Your turn.
It's just like seaweed.
Yep.
You're right.
Like totally. Yep.
Wow, fucking wonderful.
We should have all just taken 10.
I got it too.
No, I actually got better with without a 10. Because I got 11.
Yeah, we can-
Functions as a normal raft, except it is not slowed
Say
or
for
damaged
items.
by non-magical
Yeah, we'll
river
run.
hazards.
So how many people did we find out that it could
It
order?
says it functions as a normal raft, which takes 2 to 4. So I would say about 4
Oh,
people.
well, I'm sitting there getting off that. Because I rolled a 2.
You mean roll
Well,
one.
I got it too.
Well, only 4 people roll.
You grab onto it. See how that muscles go. Let's see how. Maybe you're letting
I'm not
them.
the strongest guy. Unless
What'd
I'm
you get?
alive.
Hassan.
I got a 12.
So we got a 12 from Hassan. We got a
2.
2 from Malekith. Putting in the effort.
13
Hakeem.
for me.
13 and
Sade rolled a 10. I think his strength mod is 3.
so 13.
Probably 13.
And your perception.
My perception was 39.
39.
Omnipresent.
As
Really
y'all
impressive.
slowly oar up, or I guess against the river for all essence, upwards, you start to get the. No, I'll wait for state.
Hey, we're trying to put in that work, man. You gotta get to that motion, you know, and get that second wind. And we're
The
good.
motion of the not ocean.
So the 4 of you, Akeem, Hassan, Stade, and Malekith, are rowing. You're off beat a bit, but you're able to sail
Tell you?
southwards against the river Sphinx, and y'all very quickly can start to see life of farmers that seem to be checking their livestock at night or moving across through the water carrying lanterns. Y'all very quickly figure out that there's a number of active crocodiles in the water. It seems silent, and as y'all move, you can see them. Y'all find yourselves dodging them, and there is not as if the island amount is, going to be more than 70 or 80, but you start seeing small islands on the riverbed as y'all move down. You're scouting each of them out. Even though there's no smoke or fire lifting off the closest ones, you're still looking to see if there's anything might be hidden amongst them.
Yeah.
How close are we getting to these islands as we coast
I
by?
assume 60 feet?
Yeah.
In that case, whenever we get near one, I'll start detect magicking, just to see if I can see any faint auras emanating from them that would otherwise not be there. Should, perhaps human life might be there.
Okay. Do you want to spellcraft as he pauses, rowing and
I
cast
will
spells?
announce this time.
Magic.
I'm going to try and see if I can find any traces of magical auras as we pass by the highlands. Might give us a hint if someone's there or not.
No one's on them.
It's fine. Just keep your voice down.
Right up there.
Later.
Bye, Lily. Jeez.
I'm gone. Peace.
I'm with Mom. Bye.
You have traveled about 3 or 4 miles at this point and looked through small islands, medium islands, ones with reeds, ones completely bare. You had 2 scary moments where crocodiles submerged. Luckily enough, no hippopotamuses. They are quite rare, though, as near Tefu and the Tri-Cities, they have killed the mass majority of them for health reasons and safety.
They also taste fantastic.
They do taste fantastic. As y'all continue to sail on, you start wondering how far you might have to search. And then you hear a screech from the skies. Yes. I'm gonna need some tests from all you guys.
Okay.
Poop my pants test.
Whoa, bro.
It's a good thing I wore my brown pants.
Jeez.
Let me double check that it's everything I need it to be.
Cheese and acid, mister. Slide it out.
go. Test, baby.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Can you turn it on?
Here we go, here we go, here
Okay.
we go.
I'm gonna need a perception test from you, Tyler,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna need a
Perfect.
fort save from everyone else, including Tyler.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Perception is,
Is it
a
a spell?
44.
Oh, yeah.
Is it charm or compulsion?
It's not.
It's not magical.
Pow, 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 pow!
Pow.
Come on, just roll it, man. Don't be scared.
Fuck. That's
What
all.
is We're
Is it magical?
We're higher
No.
upper percentile over here.
Yeah, all of you are.
Okay,
Shit.
so going around the clock.
22.
10.
Good.
26.
26.
25.
25.
Fort save 21, perception 44.
And for Lucky.
Fort save.
Pow, 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 pow.
23.
Really?
No one else has dark vision, correct?
Not even low light.
Okay.
Could have.
Normal bum ass human vision.
You spot the underside,
Regular vision.
a lion body with wings, flies above you. You can only barely see its lower section. As the screech goes out, Akeem, you hear it and it winds past your like the sound waves past the point of you hearing it, and then it's just silent.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, damn.
Wow, just like real life. Great.
Welcome.
You can relate.
Okay, y'all hear the screech and the creature fly. It sounds as if the screech moves over top of you.
That's fucked up, dude.
That's my first bad roll all day.
Y'all hear of wings.
That's impressive.
And again, you see it momentarily.
It must be getting close.
Ah,
You think?
my ears.
Start rowing as fast as I can. Like out of sync and just
Okay, strength.
stress into rowing.
Y'all hear oars being pedaled.
Oh, yeah, I'm a row.
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 15.
Row.
I like.
7.
I see them roll. I start seeing them roll faster. I'm like, yell out, "What happened?" And I don't hear myself.
You hear him shout, "What happened?"
14.
14. What do you get?
16.
16, you start oaring. Anyone respond? What happened?
Say the damn Sphinx. It saw us, I think.
You see him look at you and say something, but you can't hear it.
What?
Yeah.
You heard him!
I didn't. I'm still looking at him. I didn't even acknowledge him saying anything.
Okay.
I'll just like shake my head and like look back, like looking around.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Al stops oaring. And
It's out of my sight.
actually, isn't on already.
Yeah.
He's waving his wand in front of. Everyone, touch me! And moves towards the center of the boat.
I'll reach.
Better not be a trick. Reach out.
It's
for his
always a
boot.
trick.
I'll reach out and reluctantly touch him.
I'll continue rowing.
Oh, yeah.
Say for what?
I'm gonna continue rowing.
Okay.
7.
He says, "So, you don't need it." He looks at you. Touch me.
Touch you with what?
Your hand.
When I see him not
Touch
touching him,
myself.
I'll like shake my head and like reach over and grab him by the wrist and try and put his hand up against
He'll
Al.
say, he'll go to cast a spell. And then what was darkness before is more of a grays and blacks.
Oh, cool.
You can all see 60 foot.
I like to look up and see if I can
You
see
look up?
anything after the shout.
I like.
There's a
Touch his
few
shoulder.
islands
I'll
near
touch
you
his
that
shoulder and I'm
become
like, I can't hear
more
anything.
existent than before. You almost got used to the darkness. You'll start oaring, kind of rapidly fighting against the river.
No, that's fine. We're not-
I'm keeping an eye out for like maybe I think we're getting close to this island, so fires and lights, hopefully.
Give me another perception.
Noises.
Everyone can?
Yeah.
I assume y'all looking around?
Nat 20.
Oh god, do we
Balls.
even need to?
Maybe.
We don't.
19.
17.
38.
Thank you.
16.
17.
So going around the clock.
17.
14.
17.
19.
48.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, on perception.
Once you're oaring, about a minute passes as you're oaring and looking, and the noticeable smell of fire comes across your nostrils, and you look around. You don't see any light from campfires, but you can smell them.
I like look down at Lucky. See, where's it coming from, boy?
He whines and looks out,
Like,
sniffs and whines off the side of the boat.
is he like whining in a direction?
He seems to be whining in, yes, in a direction for sure.
Is it shallow enough here if we were to get out of the boat we can like wade through? Or is it like deep?
You're probably close enough at 60 foot where if you dived in, you'd think that it would be shallow enough. You might have to swim a little bit.
Can we go in the direction that Lucky was like whining in?
Give me a sense motive, I guess.
This one.
Or handle animal. I'm not sure which one. Actually, handle animal will probably be best.
Handle animal.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
26.
26. Yes, he seems to be directing you, but you think he's probably more directing you to land so he could search, rather than he's directing at something exactly.
Hmm.
Like that's impatience.
Can I survival to like tell what direction the smoke's coming from?
To try to track it?
Yeah.
You could try.
Let me just do a track. Or
Sure.
Since it is a survival beast.
Mm-hmm. You're all in the boat again, oaring. In any particular direction or intention?
No.
Okay.
Tell him told otherwise.
17.
Really?
He rolled a 1.
17.
Nag.
It would be it can be a difficult process.
Sounds like you can auto-fail.
The intent would be to find stronger smelling fire, or if you started rowing away from it, then you obviously know that you went out of it. But otherwise, you start tracking. The smoke starts to get stronger, and you see a island not 100 feet inwards. It's basically there's water that's rolled up over top of some farmland. You can see the lower part of the plants floating, and then there's an island. The only reason there's an island is because there's a number of palm fronds growing on it and reeds growing around it. It's a distance out. You can only see it through your shadowy light, but the strong smell of burnt is here, and this is as strong as it's been.
I'll like point in that direction. I'll say, go that way.
And we can actually see it. I will begin rowing,
In unison.
or not rowing,
Yeah,
whatever
depending
one
on
to
which
get
I was
the
gonna
boat
say.
to turn.
If he points left and I'm on the right,
Who's
I'll
left
stop.
and who's right?
Left,
Right.
Left.
Right.
Okay, so
we would stop rowing.
y'all stop rowing. Give me the rows.
I'm right up there. You're behind you.
Oh,
Nice.
13. It
Behind
was
me.
It was a
I'd be
13.
at the front of the boat.
Okay, so I'll see you start.
Did he
rolling.
knock you into a
knocked
natural?
it to a 16.
Okay, it's a 16.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, we got a 9.
So you got a 9?
Yeah,
Okay.
for it.
Yeah, I'd like wave back at him
It's
to
a
like.
16.
It's a.
stop.
It seems as if he's trying to row, but you're not used to oaring.
Sure.
With seaweed.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
spongy, it bends sometimes odd, like just a little bit. When you push down, it shifts a little bit.
Those
So you're
Assyrian
forced to kind
lawnmowers.
of oar a bit more.
Okay.
Y'all
that's cool.
turn.
I was slacking at first, so.
You'll find yourself basically you ride on to the lower, now wet looking swampland. The raft won't take you any farther. Lucky quickly jumps off it and starts sniffing on the ground. Sniffing in the water. It's
I'll try and
about 6 or
quietly-
18 inches deep.
I'll
Say,
try and
stay
like,
close, boy.
quietly step
I
out.
like move back to the boat.
Cease
Stealth.
detect.
Stealth.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna get off the boat quietly, try to
Okay. You want to
stealth. Yeah, I'm definitely
Stealthings.
group stealth.
Ooh, I
that's
see them
funny.
I see them trying to move as quietly as they can. I attempt to do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep
Holding on to my
giving him.
ears at the same time. Yes.
I'll give him like hand signals every now and then,
Okay.
Oh,
Like-
shit.
and
Too bad this isn't desert.
swamp desert.
Swamp desert.
Yeah, 'cause
Swamp
that's the
desert.
thing.
No, it's
But I did roll a 19. So. See what we get.
so
there.
going around the clock again, opposite way this time.
I got a 26
And Lucky.
stealth. pleasure. He does actually have a good stuff. 13.
Great.
Okay.
This is fabulous stuff.
I got
Yeah,
a
that's-
24.
24.
13.
16.
It's
16?
Draw my bow as we move, I guess.
He steps
Coming
out of
in
the water,
style.
or as Al and the rest of you step out into the boat, or out of the boat into the water. You kind of slip in. You can hear your footsteps slosh as y'all start to make. There's reeds, almost neck height, so y'all duck a bit, kind of putting your heads in them to try to hide inside them. Y'all try to mimic the concept.
This reminds me of freaking Skull and Shackles, man.
Y'all start moving towards. There's 3 palm trees, 2 of them kind of reaching towards you, and 1 towering among the rest.
So are we like bobbing and like?
No.
neck
It's
height?
about 6 to 18 inches of water,
Okay.
and then the reeds are
Ah,
about
okay.
neck
Oh,
height.
okay.
So you're crouched, moving through
okay.
reeds.
Yeah.
Like
the
those,
Isles.
baby.
You'll see Al.
For real.
He's like crouched with his staff, and he's smiling. He has his hand open, but backwards. He'll start.
So it's this close to your god, Hassan.
I like smile.
It's about 100 feet distance. How fast and how quick y'all want each other to give on this island?
If we're
We're going
stealthing, it's
stay
half
at-
speed,
yeah,
so
stay
we're
at-
10 foot.
Y'all make how fast?
so it's
10
like
foot
20
around.
foot around with a move, I guess.
10
Yeah.
foot with me.
Yeah.
All moving dwarf speed, or is anyone going faster than dwarf
You
speed?
get there in 30 seconds, door speed.
I'm going a little faster.
How fast are you going?
30, because I'm panicking.
Okay, so you pass the group.
Wait. No, 25, I'm sorry.
So you
It's
pass
half.
the group.
Yeah, faster group.
Okay.
I think we're doing 10
Okay.
around, right? I can only go 10.
Okay.
Well, it's a move. You do a moving around there.
Right, so 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
10 is what it is.
Al kind of stalks out to one side.
He's
And
not like picking up a ball and shaking it. Picking up a ball and shaking
I
it.
could go faster, but I'm going to
Not
choose to
catnip?
stick
Not
with
that one.
Got it.
I could go faster, but I'm going to choose to stick with Mo instead.
Like all I hear right now is
Perception?
just a
All
constant
of you?
buzzing.
You're angry.
I'm good at
Jesus Christ.
What is wrong
You're
with
right, man.
you?
You feel
Doesn't matter. I'm good.
This is weird.
That's like 3 in a
my
row.
God.
I still do better.
I know, but it's still.
Skill.
I know, I was rolling good until this.
29 perception.
15.
Say
11.
14.
What'd you get?
Oh, sorry, 14. I wonder if we should put images of our dice next to our names up there so people can identify what dice is being rolled for who.
That would never work because that's always going a different direction.
I use multiple dice.
Yeah.
All dice.
And I do too.
You have to get nailed down to one set of dice.
I use
You
one
do
side
it.
of this.
Nah.
Can't do it
Now,
again.
Keith,
It's a method.
I'll just put 2 different dice next to your name.
Okay.
4 sets.
I got 3.
Y'all are walking. There is a storm of lightning bolts
what?
that burst across the reeds, striking a number of you. There is a brighter section where a number of them seem to cross over a keen.
Of course.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Reflex or anything, I just get hit.
1 second. I'm gonna need a reflex originally from all of you.
And then
Is it charm or compulsion? I mean, you're compulsing me to roll
man.
the dice.
is it illusion or a game?
Lightning. It's an illusion.
Is it divine magic?
Oh my God.
I'll take a 15.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's real bad. Oh, that's not gonna feel good.
So
so good. 16 for Mo, 8 for Lucky.
15.
16.
9.
16.
Wait.
You-
No,
while
I'm
you-
sorry. 8.
while all of you are hunting them, it seems as if you have fallen in their trap. In the quick moment, it feels a lot longer than it is. Some of you will remember this as 7 or 8 bolts, some as many as 20. as a storm of lightning burns across the reeds, even bouncing back and forth a few times.
Well, fuck.
This doesn't
I have to
seem.
go ahead and ask that terrible thing. Can I borrow the brown dice?
No,
Can't have the
you're
brown
not
dice.
allowed.
You're not having the brown
Here, you can
dice.
have one of my die sixes.
Well, I need a few d6s.
You're gonna take my shitty
Do you have
dice
the
here.
note
Take
cards over
that.
there?
I have all of your notes.
You gotta roll it in here.
See, everybody was like, no.
No, it's, I got it now.
Okay.
But thanks. Is that the brown dice?
No.
No, fuck no.
We're not giving you the
Just
brown
to
dice.
inform the viewers before we get too far on this, you'll catch this pun. We have 4 brown dice. All that remains. Somehow we had like 8 or 12 at one point.
No, they're around. This is everybody has a few, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got
You
Oh,
got
yeah.
one.
Yes, we split them amongst ourselves. I have none because I'm the DM, but for long story short, they're really well balanced, or they're not, and all really good starting stats.
I've rolled some of my best stats and breath weapons with them dice.
Let's just say we have a few good set of stats for Gobloween coming up, I think.
Yeah.
I still need to.
Okay,
October
so
25th.
a storm of bolts will go across the reeds.
Oh my lord.
Oh, I'm scared. Shit, I don't have as much health as you guys do.
Can I get one of those note cards back? I was using it.
This?
Yeah, I was
You,
using
you
one.
don't either though.
What
I'm
color was
gonna
it?
get hit more than
Just
you
throw me
do.
one.
You did fail your
I was
save.
about to use
I
it.
failed it
I
hard.
moved it so I
But
could
then
use
again,
it.
everyone could have failed it. There's no failing hard.
Thank you.
There's failing and passing.
Okay.
No difference.
Okay, good. Well, not good because I failed, but yeah.
There's no echelons of failure.
Okay, so
Were they stealthing too?
Extra fail.
Look at these noobs.
Yeah.
They didn't think we didn't
Um,
hear our century bird.
Amateurs.
God.
So as you step in, 3 bolts shoot across at separate directions and ricochet off you and seem to pass upon people behind you.
Good thing you went first. Thanks, man.
Huh?
Electricity again?
Is
Yes.
this technically a trap?
Huh? No. Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Kinda.
I'm just saying.
Ambushes count?
Home Alone.
No, they don't count.
So you'll
I
take
wish. I
you'll
would've
take
sensed it.
18.
18.
Oh lord.
Home Alone.
Sensed it.
Actually, I might have to go ahead and put you guys on the board, but the difficulty with that is you're gonna have to leave soon, correct? Have we decided what we're gonna do with that? Or do y'all want to continue playing afterwards? Or do we want to go do a quick intermission? Is that a good
Combat,
thing?
Fuck, we don't have a
It's
choice.
a pretty shitty situation to
Yeah.
lose
That's a-
Malakath.
Yeah, I think it's a combat, so we don't really want to lose them.
Okay, so do y'all want to stop here? Where I
Tell
can
me
kind of
to leave.
save things before I put too much damage out?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Or do y'all want to pause in the middle
Did you
of
want to
combat?
do your damage though?
I can, yeah, sure. I'll do this, the storm of lightning that will ricochet over all of you.
That'd be a good
And then we'll
stop.
pause there as, you're,
Thanks for stopping, guys. You guys
sure, sure. Okay, so,
We're
Yeah,
just
we
doing
need
that.
you,
We're
brother.
gonna start playing as soon as
We
we.
kind of
so
need
18 damage goes through you,
it. Okay.
and
18 goes through you.
Ah,
How much goes into me?
277.
22, Malakath.
Good.
22.
Good lord.
13 more damage to you.
It's a ping pong ball of death.
You
Shit.
You'll see Al in the back as he's turning, like one of the odd angles goes through him and then ricochets across some reeds and strikes him. I needed a second reflex save on that hit because you might get half damage.
Fuck. Reflex 14.
No, okay, you collect all the damage on that one, and the third bolt going across you. I need another reflex save.
Please be good.
Come on,
this
you got
time.
it. Yeah.
Less. So no, I take full.
You have to flex on the lightning bolts.
Clench your butt cheeks.
Lightning!
11.
Shazam! No, then he turned into a
Yeah,
superhero.
You
yeah.
duck beside Lucky, and you watch it string across him for 18.
God damn, just use him as a shield.
Oh!
Damn,
No,
cold
no, it skips though.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
It arcs.
So we're not flat-footed anymore, right?
Evasion.
So yes, a storm of lightning bolts ricochet off this island, crisscrossing the group. reeds catch fire, and you'll quickly find yourself like springing to action, charging as you see figures with gold masks step off the island, wielding swords and wands.
Oh god.
Found them.
All right, just
think
how
this is
many?
the island.
Huh?
How many?
We got any?
It's a blur as y'all stand out of the reeds and they're stepping off this island into the reeds. You're quite sure you see something lifts off behind the palm trees.
Well, fuck.
And we will pause there with Along the Sphinx for this week's episode. A bit short, but still sweet. We'll come back to the combat next week. And again, keep an eye on our Facebook for Goblin. We'll have more stuff to release. Anyone else want to say anything?
Yeah, one more thing before we go. Humble Bundle, if you guys know anything about it, they give a lot of cool games away for nearly free for Steam and everything. All the proceeds go to charity, support charity. This week, for the next 10 days anyway, from the 14th, the Humble RPG Book Bundle. It's Pathfinder World's ultimate crossover between Paizo and Dynamite, and you can get a ton of cool PDFs of all the Pathfinder books, as well as some pretty cool comic books with like Red Sonja, Tarzan, and some Conan and stuff. So you guys head on over to Humble Bundle, check that out. That'd be really cool. All the proceeds go to charity. So
We'll put a link to that on our Facebook page and shoot it out to you guys.
somewhere. So, and we'll be replaying this throughout the week. So 10 days from the 14th, you got till October 24th. The day after, it's Goblin for us. So big week, big times or whatever. Check that out. Check out Humble Bundle. Check out Goblin.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
See you later.
Awkward outro comment.